right. Last time. Who wants to go over what we did last time?
We did glorious battle. Demons summoned a bunch of more demons. We killed them anyway. No one died. Except demons. And we had a couple food issues. Apparently someone was stealing food without realizing they were stealing food. And it was the Gauntlet guys. I think it was one of the Gauntlet guys, right?
Yep, it was one of the Gauntlet guys, yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, the last time you all did go traipsing through the Underdark, you left Gauntlgrim, went through some of the Zentarum paths that they had set up to take you down to Mental Dearth. Currently, you are about a day's march away from Blingdenstone. They said that it should probably take you 2 or 3 to get to Mantle Dearth from where you're at. As a reminder, when you were set out, there were a couple of things that you were asked to do. You're heading to Mantle Dearth to meet up with a member of the Zentarum to give you access to a path to Graven Hollow Library, where everybody thinks that the answer to what the heck is going on in the Underdark will be held. As such, the Zentarum is leading you down there. You were also asked while you're there to try to keep an eye out for a Emerald Enclave agent named Slatus Vadir. And there is also floating about, as far as I know, in Menzo Baronzon, an agent of the Lord's Alliance that you are also. You all have come up outside of Blingdenstone. The question is, do you all want to take a slight detour to check on Blingdenstone, or do you want to continue straight to Mantle Dearth?
Blinkenstone is the one with the low ceilings, right?
Yes, the one with the
the
gnomes.
snuff liplins.
Yeah. Nadrex
Well-
has little interest in going there again.
Well, we'd be welcome guests, I think. We did some pretty cool stuff over there. Maybe there's another demon that moved in we have to kill.
Yeah, you don't have to spend your entire time on your knees there.
Oh, Lou also has to duck. Lou has found himself to be oversized for some place for a change. He did have to duck.
It reminds me of the
Less
Hobbit
than
holes
the
at home.
others.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't be a bad idea to go around just to hear if there's any things we'd have to look out for nearby.
Maybe it'll pay us for our help again.
I suppose we can see how the were-rats worked out. Now
They're
that they
all
were
dead.
You know what?
was a
I get this feeling that we don't need to bother dealing with that. So
That was a joke.
yeah, I know.
How did you know that? God told you, did you?
Well, we might be able to run into one of their patrols near the base, so just ask one of them, see if there's anything that happens nearby, and then just get moving on back. It shouldn't be, and I don't presume it's going to be much of a change in our travel time there.
I suppose a short detour couldn't hurt.
After all, we have all these people here with us. The more we can keep alive until we get there, the better. No need to get into any unnecessary ambushes.
Maybe get some more food before it gets stolen again. I look at the guy who stole the food.
I haven't stolen anything now that we've finally figured out the problem.
Yes, you did. You just give it back.
No. We figured out the issue. I have not stolen anything because now people won't let me.
In any case, there might be able to pick up a bit of extra provisions or anything else.
Yeah.
So my vote is for going to Blakestone just in case. What are the rest of you?
I mean, sure.
It'd be fun.
We've already been there, so I know it's somewhat safe.
Yeah. Gadix is the right height for it too. I'm not surprised he doesn't have an issue there with it.
I'm staring daggers at you right now. I will stab you in your kneecaps.
Those are our weak points.
You've lost kneecap privileges, Nadrax.
That's fine, I have stilts.
Not anymore, you don't. They're my stilts.
Ooh. Click clunk, click clunk, click clunk, click clunk.
I'll put them on
Hey.
cargo so that the back is higher than the front.
Fine,
God.
Raise
I will
aerodynamics.
just. Fine then.
Set up
I
for track
guess I
racing.
will just have to start building another movable platform then. I will make Cogobot better.
But you'll never make
Try.
gun.
I have a solution to hide. Gun.
I mean, yes.
And Thelric feels the need to point out at this exact moment, Lou, you do not have a gun yet, and you are not authorized to have a gun yet.
But Gadix has a gun, and so he could use it to shoot Nadrax.
This one's mine.
Gadix does, yes, but I'm just reminding you, you cannot have one yet.
Can we get him a
I have
wand?
moved my sights higher than gun.
Lou, can't you just do what the Usana does and just wiggle your finger out and bring death?
Yeah, I'm thinking instead I'm gonna ask instead of a gun, I want to awaken a good job.
What?
Well, if I'm gonna ask something for like a bonus for my job well done, gotta awaken the basilisk.
You're hinging that on your job being done well by you.
I think I'm doing pretty good.
I think you should be looking for a salary. Your standard one. Besides, you're not going to get a gun. You have to do a background check to see what sort of weird tendencies are in your family tree. As he looks at, as he gives Velric a look.
Since when have you ever needed to background check to be arming yourself?
Well, Brigham the Earth's actually organised after all. It's not like he's just going to the workshop in Lantern.
Alright, that's intensive background check. Tell me, what was the reason there's someone undead that was chasing us around again and almost murdered your children?
To be fair, our background checks there are usually quite simple. Do you have a house that's still intact? No. You're on the short list.
No.
I would trust me more with a smart basilisk than a gun, let's be honest here.
I'm
How about
thinking if it's
neither?
I'm not sure about that, but yes, we can work on trying to awaken good job.
I'm thinking if he's not authorized for a gun, could we give him a wand of magic missiles and fix a pistol grip on it?
No.
The wand might explode.
Yes.
Maybe we should also awaken
But if
me.
it
That
has a
could probably
pistol
help.
grip on it, he doesn't.
Cast
touch
awakening
directly.
on Lou.
Lou, darling, look. Sometimes you say things without thinking. That does not mean that you qualify for the awakening spell.
Sometimes is an understatement.
Yeah,
I mean, it
He
wouldn't
gives
hurt.
you a look, Gadix.
Look, to be fair,
You know I'm right.
attempting it would not hurt in this case.
No, Lou is perfectly smart enough. He just needs to learn to slow down and think before he talks.
I technically have an above average intelligence.
And you're using none of it.
Right.
Yes.
We'll take a swing by Blingdenstone. Alright, everyone settle up, off we go.
Gadix is just thinking if Lou went to his university, he would have found bottom of the class and started digging.
I don't know, they kind of like eccentrics in gnome colleges. The teachers might have just been desperately clinging to the idea that he's a latent genius. We just need to find some way to bring it out of him.
It would be like the hippie teacher.
No one can be this fucking stupid without having some kind of merit to them.
But what you don't know is that Gaddix was a legacy admission.
Yeah, all nepotism.
He'll never let anyone. If everyone finds that out, they're dead.
It's not even in a fancy way either. It's not like he comes from a prestigious house. No, it's just, well, we can't have our servants be deemed uneducated. Send the brat in.
There has to have been a reason why he wanted to attach a harmonica to this thingamabob. He has to be a genius.
Oh man, if Kago had a harmonica like Lou.
Just silent though. He doesn't make any air.
I can fix that.
You can put an air compressor so every time he takes a step, he pulls and then pushes. So
An exceedingly tired Gaddix refits what he thinks are air vents, but he's getting mixed up for a bit and winds up making them fucking harmonicas. So we can never sneak because Kago's just fucking hooting the entire time.
Yeah, we don't even roll for sneak anymore.
Oh.
We're off.
Yes,
Adventure.
you all do take a quick detour to Blingdenstone. When you arrive, the gnomes are immediately on high alert when they see a literal invasion force showing up on their doorstep. They do calm when they figure out that it's you all. But there is a brief moment of panic, and they do ask that your entire force not come into Blingdenstone.
That's alright, we'll leave the Zens outside.
Yeah, like mostly, the core group and probably the children.
The shield guardian will have to wait outside.
Yes. So everybody kind of sets up camp outside the gates.
yeah.
You all are escorted in to go have a brief chat with the Diggermatics because, shockingly, yes, when you show up with an army, they do think maybe you should probably speak to them. In short order, you are shuttled on down to them. And the first thing they do is ask, what are you doing here with an army?
Oh, we just came by to swing for any news, chatter and such. The army is just because of the fucking demons flourishing out here.
That is fair.
The enemy is kind of to assist in hopefully trying to get to some sort of solution with some of the demons.
You're looking for a solution now?
Well, we're looking for causes first. Like, who the fuck is doing all this? Why is it happening? And for
Well-
that, we need to dig in a bit deeper. So, we need numbers.
Well, that does make sense. For Blingdenstone, we've actually done fairly well since you all have left.
I'd hope
We'd
so.
started. Well, originally we were still a little bit concerned because we were going to have to clear out the oozes. But we'd started making some progress into the main chamber when they left. They all just up and left. Probably a 10-day after you all did.
Not in a
Okay,
concerted effort, huh? Just a scattering?
No, it was one day we had pushed in, we fought, there were oozes all over, and the next day there were none.
That's a
I
worry.
don't trust this.
Well, we knew they would probably move somewhere else eventually, right?
I mean, they were all meant to be moving. It's just a case of unified is what they should not be doing. There should still be some lingering around looking for a snack. There should be plenty who just squidged about randomly.
Yeah, something probably called them.
From what I understand, some of our people have mentioned they've gone to the east, and some have seen the train starting to go south as well, around the Dark Lake.
Oh man.
Right.
We also know that they're not the only ones on the march.
Oh, of course. What have you seen?
From all over the place, we've gotten some. I suppose some of them have been regular folks that have been talking about some sort of a wedding.
Ah,
A
the
lot of the
fungi infected.
traders. Yeah, so we've also seen myconids as well heading on down.
Stay fucking. Do not let those kind of people in.
We have not. We heeded what you'd said before. We made sure to keep our own people clear.
Aye.
They listened.
Because they're
And the
only going on like that
myconids-
because something's got into their literal brain.
Yes, the myconids, you could even see they were spreading their spores. We kept a very wide berth.
Probably should have burnt down the grove. It was a fucking hard
Oh.
judgment to make, though.
These weren't the ones from the grove. These were ones from elsewhere.
She's spreading far then.
As far as we know, it had to have been a grove that was north of Mant-oh at least.
Right.
Some of our traders that have come up from down south near Gracklestug have said that they've seen other groups coming up from the north as well.
Let's make this a bit more easy to digest here. Let's unfold the map. Can you give me an idea of the directions that we're roughly going in?
Effectively, you can tell that. Do you see where my pings are?
Yep.
Or
Yep.
yeah, this whole region is what they're referring to.
That's about right. I told you all about the whole mega fungus thing.
That also seems to be the same direction that the oozes were going.
I will imagine that one's trying to stop it, trying to crash the wedding. That'd be nice, a bit of conflict between the two.
I was about to say, do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, them helping each other would be worse, so I'd say it's a good thing for now.
Hmm.
And
Fair.
having the tainted and the twisted devouring each other, it's not a bad result, so long as, you know, the results turn into a minus. Downside, has Demogorgon noticed?
Nobody has seen Demogorgon as far as we know.
And there's not been echoes of laughter and chattering and fire in the caverns, eh? No gnolls.
No, we have not ran into. Well, there probably have been. Our patrols, we're sending them out less and less because some of them aren't making it back.
Aye.
Inside Blingdenstone, the only thing we've seen is some very peculiar behavior. Outside has become far too dangerous.
What's been happening inside then?
You'd be surprised. See, we're not a selfish people, yet some of our gnomes have gotten irrationally selfish.
Are they fully aware of it?
I mean, they're not usually aware of the changes, but I mean, if you manage to get them to spell it out, they do at least see it doesn't make sense, but then they'll go straight back to what they were talking. Paranoia, which, I mean, we're all stressed. That's not too strange, but the paranoia has come up off the charts.
Nah, I'd say this is definitely a bit of an issue with the amount of imbecile creeping about. Because they're seeing it in a few of our people as well.
Thieving and hoarding.
We got one lad who's been finding packs of everyone else's food in his bag without knowing it. We've seen him do it, and he just doesn't have a recollection.
We have had some of that, but we've had others where they're fully aware of it. We've had compulsive liars that lie over the stupidest things. And they weren't like that before.
I'd say it's just a pervasive atmosphere of the abyssal being where they shouldn't be.
It is likely. The situation has gotten bad.
Well, that's pleasant to hear.
It seems that you all are the ones who are willing to do something about it.
It's a bit disappointing at such a small number, isn't it?
Well, would 12 more fighters for your group be useful?
Be quite welcome, aye?
As long as you are not in need of them yourself.
In theory, we need them, but at the same time, we also need the situation to be resolved. I do think that sending particularly 12 out it won't hurt us enough, and if it can help clear the issue, I'd rather the situation be resolved than hold up in this little hole and then wait for the worst to happen.
Aye. They're welcome to join. Cheers very much.
And of course, we'll send them up with supplies as well. Where are you all trying to head to?
It's a massive fucking special library. Like, I just go through the details.
Oh, well, you've got a guide to Mant-oh. I mean, if you didn't, we could have given you access as well. Please do tell our associate there, Yantha, please check in on her because we haven't heard for a little bit. Usually she likes to send a sending message to us, but we haven't heard anything yet.
Yanfa, got you. I might be.
And her name had come up. She is the leader of the Stoneheart Enclave that you've dealt with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this way at least the Zents will be doing an honest fucking job for once.
Be careful dealing with them. They're a little bit slippery.
Oh, I've noticed. Don't worry. One of them steps out of line, they're getting the hammer down on them.
Well, as far as I know, your associates that you left here are all doing well.
Excellent to hear.
The twins are definitely taking back to life here and very happy to not be were-rats. Speaking of, I wouldn't say we're integrated, but we're getting along.
You're conversing at least.
Infrequently, but yes.
There's a good start.
There's some trade going between the two groups, and things are uneasy but working.
And hopefully no religious schism is being formed at the moment. I assume he's been
No, it's not a schism. It's just... And to be fair, more people are willing to entertain the idea of Garl. We've spent more time closer to the surface now. It's not as big of an issue as it would have been previously, but...
I mean, I know he's not a hard-working sort of figure, but he's generally implying the goodness in people.
Yes, it's just... Things are going okay there. Nobody has really had it out yet, although with the abyssal madness going on, I'm not sure if that's going to be a thing for much longer.
True.
Everything is on kind of a nice edge right now.
Means we'll probably skip a nice evening in a warm bed and just keep running through the tunnels.
I mean, are the tunnels much safer?
Compared
The
to Blingden
demons have
Stone, they're a
increased.
hell of a lot less safer.
I recommend bunking here for the night.
Yeah, we should do that.
I'm sorry, where were you
Mostly-
getting an opinion from?
I like beds.
Well, let's at least make sure that there's some of the food from here also gets out to the men outside.
Yeah, you can do the runs, not me.
We can get some of our people to run the supplies out, and while they're running the supplies out, also bring them a warm meal.
That'd be
Aye.
very well appreciated.
There we go.
And remember, if you ever get an alert on the walls during the night, just don't forget to wake us. We'll help out.
I'm sure your men are probably going to get to it before we even get our guys out.
Aye, but
We'll see.
Morale.
It's not the cream of a crop that we raised ourselves, you know.
That is definitely a point. We've had more general demonic waves trying to throw themselves at our gates.
Apparently, a massive thing there is that they're not going for the usual banishment time. The same ones destroyed are just coming back the next day or a week.
What?
We're hearing it a lot in Gondelgrim. They're recognising certain demons, and they're just sprouting right back after being banished away.
That isn't good.
That's the big concern, really. Because the changing of the rules, like an influx of demons is one thing, but them recurring and recycling very quickly is a big issue.
Have you all considered checking the situation in Mant-oh Baronzon.
How welcome do you think we'd be at the gate?
Not at all, but you see, we know they'd been dabbling with the demon folk. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, they had marched a little army from Mant-oh Baronzon full of demons all the way to Gauntlgrim. It'd be a fool not to think that they're involved.
That's quite strange for them. Even for a drow,
Well-
that seems ridiculous.
Felric kind of gives a little bit of a cough. Not so much.
Oh, wonderful.
The amount, yes, that was absurd. Matron Bayenri had been doing some things that were questionable. But the demons in Mant-oh Baronzon is not that strange.
Cut to a flashback of Felrix where he's just hearing pounding techno music and horrible sounds off screen. I hated these frat parties.
Man, I hate these graduations. We find the real reason that Felrex never graduated.
Just fucking push me off the cliff into the Drider Den right now.
But it's like he just kind of shrugs. It's like, no, the amount was abnormal for Mant-oh Baronzon, but the existence of demons in Mant-oh Baronzon was not that strange. I just don't know what's going on in the city right now.
I mean, we could have a glance from the outside, but I doubt we'd be able to get much further beyond the walls just to fucking have a chat.
And if you remember, certain somebody did tell us not to go to Mant-oh Baronzon.
Yeah.
I vote we don't go to Mant-oh Baronzon.
Like I said, I don't think we're going to be able to learn much useful about... Like, if we find out demons are coming from there, to what end? We're not going to be able to go in and sort that. And we'll probably find their name written down in the library.
You get a nod from the Digger Maddox. That does make sense. It's just something that we had thought of.
Well, it's good to know where, one of the many sources of them. Certainly where they're being organised to the degree, that's fucking worrying.
More so, I've also heard that they're sieging Mant-oh Baronzon.
So they're coming and going.
I don't know if they're still going, more that they're coming. They're coming to any place that seems to have a high amount of individuals.
Well, that's something at least. Better that they're charging the walls and walking out of them.
True, but if they're getting summoned back...
We'll still have to skip it, I feel. Just on what's practical and not. Better we get the answers
Agreed.
first.
I agree.
Whoever you are.
So...
Whichever voice that was.
the Digger Maddox. But, yes. You all, I assume, are going to have a very lovely night's sleep in a bed.
Well, we don't make too big of a deal out of it. Don't want envy in the trips. Besides,
Oh, I brought a pillow with me back out of the city, guys. Look at this pillow I used all night.
and a minstrel on it. Look at this. I mean, do you think Harton just gets a peaceful day? The kids are in Blingdenstone.
Oh, God.
The kids are going to want to see everything.
Yep. And he'll have to entertain them. Because why not? Let's just keep walking the entire length and breadth of cities. Why not? I deserve a fucking movement speed increase at this point.
Nice try. Very smooth.
It's very justified, I feel.
Justified, but no.
Like, imagine if we were playing Oblivion. Think of what Harton's move, like his level of walking and athletics would be compared to everyone else's.
Oh, God.
You take a 5-foot penalty, but you float everywhere.
And Harton's just in there, tempting.
No, I'll walk.
Well, good thing that the next time you could just take a feat and get mobile.
Yep.
There you go, 10 feet extra.
I'll just go for a +5 strength and just be ridiculous. +5 strength, +5 wisdom. On the bright side, though, I get to drag Uzana with me as well. It's a full family outing. Just
Almost
us.
a full.
The entire family. Just the 5 of us.
Full.
Well, 6, I forgot Hooten. 7, of course, Glabagal. And technically 8 if you include Dawnbringer. I mean, she's basically family now. That's the entirety of the family. Every member of the Glimbrooks. Oh, wait, I forgot. Marshmallow and Balin, of course. But Balin's not here.
And as they leave, Bjorn says, "Do you notice how quiet it is?"
Is that from Lou's depression or just because Harton's gone?
No, because you also took Felric, but not Lou.
No, I didn't take Felric.
You didn't take Valorant.
I thought I'd get +1 at least.
Dad, why did you take my boyfriend with you?
Alone, but we're in fucking Blendenstone.
You're not part of the family, Lou.
Oh, God.
need more families,
there's
more clubs.
potential.
It's like, yes, I'm your family, not them.
Hart and I look so alike.
What?
I clearly had Wuz on his nose, like obviously.
Oh, no, Lou.
Guys.
We had the same hair before I got pinked.
Before you caught it on fire. For the second time. Ay.
It's quite a sizable family.
Yes, it is a definitely sizable family. Did anybody want to do anything specific in Blingden Stone? Other than the family outing?
Get the kids fitted up with some leather armor.
You want leather armor for children?
Well, I mean, I could probably buy off a rack here.
You can, yeah.
Not for Jenks, though.
I mean, still probably for Jinx, actually. If you're wanting just leather, it's 10 gold per.
Yeah.
Don't they still have the Gabazons?
I don't know. Probably.
Probably. But it also probably, is very, very big and cumbersome for them.
Is it something a bit more, professionally made?
If you want studded leather, it's 45.
Yeah, I'll go for the full studded then. Well, actually, you have to trim one because Jinx is going to be a wizard after all, so he's never going to be able to use armor.
Yeah.
Poor lad.
Oh no, he'll be able to use it, just can't cast magic.
So I'll just go for a 30.
He'll just have to learn armor and cast magic. It's possible.
It is, but right now he needs to focus on casting the magic.
So Jinx does not get the armor, but Nat and Squidly do. So they are now in studded leather.
And I'm sure we have enough loose assortment of various knives and shit to equip them up.
Yes.
They will be able to defend themselves without extra purchases.
And Nat's all like, I have something for that already.
And then he's just handing a boot knife to Squidly. Now we've gone over the rules. You know when to wave this around and when not to, aye? You're not to get bored and start carving into your saddle. Especially since you might wind up in the lizard.
Yeah.
Now what do you do when you stab someone with this?
Say sorry and go get you to fix it.
Only if you do it wrong. No, what you should be doing is you stab something and you get fucking out of there.
Oh. Oh yeah, that part.
Aye.
I thought you were meaning if I accidentally stabbed them. Which I shouldn't do.
Which you shouldn't do.
It will be in my boot.
It'll be in your boot, on your belt, not in your hands, just idly waving about when you're bored.
Right.
Because you'll get plenty of time to swing it around when we're training.
Okay. I can do that.
You can.
I can do this.
You will do this. It's not optional.
Okay.
By the
I
time
can
we
be
get out,
good.
by the time we get out of the Underdark, young man, you will have your first murder.
You mean my first kill? No, we're going to do this one right. You're going to see the light die in their eyes. You're going to hear their breath cry out for the last time. You're going to see the steam escape as if their soul's leaving their body. And you're going to whisper in their ears, the rest of your family's next.
I bet I hear a sniff as they draw their last breath. I want you to taste the last breath.
Oh.
I'm just remembering my Nerds fighter.
What?
Oh,
When we did the Nerds one shot.
Oh, right,
Oh
okay.
yeah. Oh, that one. Oh no. I remember that.
My fighter was basically war crimes, but said in a happy children's story voice.
I have a knife.
Well, you also did not believe that I could do my voice the whole time.
You shouldn't have done it. That's the main thing. And yes, Pan had a knife.
And he
Right.
came clutch.
And I had a bead.
Yep, you had a bead, you killed the party with it, but I had a pan with a knife.
All right. So you all get a blissful sleep, imagining all of these conversations in your head, apparently, as you fall asleep. As you wake up and go out to meet your group, including your 12 new Sverfneblin. They're incredibly useful for a separate reason, which is they're native to the Underdark.
Right?
So if you do have to navigate off of the written pathways, they should be of added use.
Alright, just walking the line of them. Alright, who's your commander?
Well, our Sverfneblin is, and they point at one, but you all are the ones who tell us what to do.
Just seconding that guy. If we have issues with guidance in such an environment, I'm waiting to hear your input. Alright?
Yep, that's what we're good for.
Excellent to hear. Alright, fall in, mingle, and let's be off.
And off you go. To the wonderful magical Mant-oh, the place that you have been told you need to go.
And I'm sure we'll
Now-
get there without issue.
You do.
None at all.
You have arrived. A little bit about maybe 3 or 4 hours out, the Zentarum who are guiding you pull you all up and say, okay, we cannot have everybody come into Mant-oh. This will not work. All of the other factions, I mean, I guess with the Sverfneblins, they probably would be fine, but generally, I think the Drow and the Duragar would be very upset if we came in with this many people. We're going to have to pare this down. We figure 2 of ours and a core group from you all.
I scrutinize the wee little fuck.
He is saying it legitly.
Still don't trust him.
It will be exactly 2 of ours. The one, and she does point, he's actually been to Mant-oh once before. And he does know who we're actually looking for. He's met him before. And then I'll be accompanying with you all.
Alright then. Right, divvy yourselves up as securely as you can.
Oh, also, don't forget Harden has advantage on insight with his rune.
I think a 25 is enough.
Oh yeah. It was just a sort of reminder. Should it come
A
up?
reminder,
I
yeah.
don't know. What about 27?
Identical.
It was
It's
a
like
failure
you-
fire the whole
Things-
time.
It's just a case of like, I'm not even checking his words. I've just got the expression that says, "Don't you fucking lie to me, you wee shit." There is an untold wealth of things I can do to you. And if I get bored, I sick the dwarf on you.
Well, she's telling the truth. It's just pointing out that chances are, it is not a DC 30. Those are in existence, by the way.
Yeah.
In this module, but not yet, thankfully. Because even Harton couldn't pass that yet.
Yeah.
You'll need a natural 20.
Yeah.
I could do it with
Well, no,
athletics. I couldn't do it with insight.
Remember, even a nat 20 is not an auto success.
Yeah, but I do have a plus 10 athletics.
Yeah.
That's my one chance of getting the 30. Alright,
But,
and hold that wee thought for a second as I wheel around. Lou,
I was going to volunteer to stay out here anyway.
you don't get that choice. You've been having a few lessons about what to do in the Underdark. What do you do if a drow female is nearby?
Be quiet.
Good. In fact, silent is another way to do it. Stick with Felric, follow his lead. Don't try to impress, don't try to play tricks. It's unlikely we'll have any kind of high up drow walking around there just in the streets normally, considering the fucking issues around. But just in case, aye?
I'll be quiet like a mouse.
Alright, back to you then.
Loud
But-
mouse.
No. Felric is just on you like white on rice. No.
Quiet as a mouse, a dire mouse. You know what kind of mouse that is, right? It's like a mouse but dire.
As quiet
But-
as the Rat King.
Oh dear. But
As
yes,
boisterous
the
as
Zentarum.
as boisterous as the Pudding King.
Oh no. The Zentarum had pulled you off to have this conversation while you were in a smaller little alcove area.
Well, that's courteous of him, but I do have a wife.
Specifically so that it'd be easier for the group to just settle down where they are.
Yes.
Because this is an area that they are familiar with. Do you bring the children?
That's a tough one now. Like, it's not like they're going to be seen with suspicion. And let's be fair here, they'll be more controllable and behaved with Hart and Uzana than if they're let out here. What are you thinking? Leaf?
I'd prefer them to be more safe than anything else.
That doesn't, like, which do you envision as safe with us or out there? Like, remember, they'll be out there with an army, technically. But the army will also be out there with them.
The army will also draw a lot more people. And a lot more inquisitive things. Probably with us.
Aye, I concur. We'll keep them with us.
The children are excited at the idea of coming with you.
That does not mean we're sightseeing again.
I know. It'll be good.
Yes, you will. There's no supposition or anything optional about that.
You pull the children into the.
Into the battle map.
Okay, you're gonna have to pull your pets out because, yeah, for some strange reason, the pets just don't.
Okay.
I don't understand why the pets don't function.
Can always just use Glabagool as a barrier.
He's very good at that.
Yeah. Just pull, just put the kids in a corner, Glabagool in front of them.
Mhm.
We are still on the world map.
Yes, she's
Yes,
getting things set
yes.
up instead.
I wanted to make sure.
Our children were in the blast radius.
Because I wasn't sure who all you were going to be dragging for every event, so I was
All
making
of them.
sure. But
We're bringing
You
our
all
15 armed
do?
guards, our 30 people to carry treasure.
Yeah. 15 Torchbringers. 2 musicians. And 1 bagpiper. He's not counted as a
No,
musician
I've
for obvious
covered the
reasons.
music as he flips Kago open to reveal a record player.
No, the guy goes, we have 2 musicians plus 1 bagpipist. We don't include him as a musician for obvious reasons.
there we go. But yes, you all do continue your travels, and after a couple of hours, you come in to the west of Mant-oh. You arrive via, it's a subterranean rift with a rough-hewn path that's carved into the walls. You end up at what seems to be a solid stone wall before the Zent that had been indicated as the one who's been here before walks up to the wall and just says, Imyat. And the wall slides off to the side. And he gestures for you all to enter this. It's actually rather claustrophobic. You can only walk to a side, but then again, most of the Underdark is that way, and it is pitch black. They lead you down to a second door.
You say that as if the darkness applies for more than a second or two.
Because you have Dawnbringer, right?
Sunlight!
Well, actually, Hatton also has 120.
Well, that doesn't matter. It's a case. Like, that's handy. But it's a case of, like, yeah, this isn't pitch darkness because sunlight!
Yeah.
The drow don't get to enjoy the darkness.
You also have 120 feet of dark vision.
Yeah,
due to
you
the
said.
room.
Yep.
Very
But
handy.
You all,
Mhm.
you all do get to another section, and it looks like there's another wall that comes down. There's another wall to the side, but again, you stop at a completely blank wall, and he responds, "Delern," and the wall slides open and reveals a trench. You head on down into the trench, and this is actually quite peculiar. It's about 20 foot wide, 50 foot deep, and runs down the center of Mant-oh from north to south. You see in the middle of the trench seems to be a shattered platform made of crystal. You don't know what it actually seems to do, but it's very, very large. The only thing that you do note is there are 4 mechanical lifts on either side of the trench. The guards indicate, or correct, not the guards, the Zentarum indicate, all right, let's take the left 2, we'll pop up. You'll be able to see the larger part of the trading post, and then we'll just come off to the side and we're going to go over to the Zentarum section. We're trying to meet a man by the name of, it helps if I have it, yeah, Gazram Dulok. He's an Omnian fellow. Do forgive him. He's a little bit of a ponce, I believe would be the word.
Fair enough.
But he's very competent. They pause as it's a very weird thing where you can actually listen. You would expect a trading post to be a little bit, hear a little bit of bustle. You don't really hear your traditional trading market kind of sounds. However, you do hear from up top, there's a series of very loud crashes coming down this way.
That sound like weapons out. Round one.
It sounds like weapons out round one.
Islands.
Very quickly, you all are ushered onto the lifts. And once you get up top, it's very easy to see what's actually going on. You see two very large Durgars smashing their weapon implements while chasing two Svirfneblin who have seemed to be in a... They've clearly used some sort of magic as they're currently rather blurry. And they are running for their dear lives as these Durgar are smashing everything they can to get to them. There is, as far as you can tell, not a merchant in sight. There are several dead Svirfneblin bodies. And you even see huddled over here an individual who is, he's in plain sight, but you can tell he's trying to hide from this utter rampage, clutching his bag. Do you intervene or do you stay? Oh, the Guardian would not be with you right now.
Oh, we intervene, of course.
Yeah.
I figured.
What the hell is going on over there?
Remember, this was your idea.
Always. Harton and Bjorn have not got their ridiculous reputation by just standing back. For better and worse.
I'm not going last. I'm
Oh, okay.
so surprised.
Where the heck am I? Okay, I'm over here. And where's Kago?
You have to bring Kago out, remember?
I have to bring Kago
Yeah,
out.
remember, she has, because it brings control issues if the DM drags them
Yeah,
out.
let me just roll my initiative first. Bump.
Same reason I haven't got Hooten out yet.
So I'm guessing these are these are not the hindrances.
Not. Oh, they are. It's more their difficult terrain.
Okay.
They used to be stalls. A couple of them are proper stalls still, technically. You can tell there has been an utter rampage through them. The entire market, there is not a active merchant scene going on right now. It is a bloodbath scene. Hey, Drax.
Okay. I guess the Durga seem aggressive and chasing the Svirfneblin.
There are also dead bodies of Smurfiblim.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
They
accidentally
are definitely
shot one.
shouting in Undercommon.
Yeah, I shall march up to one of the Durga and grab his leg. That is unfortunately just a 14.
Which is enough. Do they
Wow.
not get a... Oh yeah, it doesn't even matter if it's advantage because, yeah, the
Yeah.
rolls are low.
Yes, he
Yeah.
will go no further. Please stop, explain what is going on.
He
That
looks like
actually-
he's ready to punch you.
Yes, well, Nathan, I don't think this is time for negotiation. Cut these fuckers down.
Yeah, his war pick looks like it might want your skull.
I imagine
Fine
just also
then, go on. Hit him, I drag him with me as I use my bonus to dash.
Is that a separate? Can you grapple and drag? At the
Yeah,
same
it's just
time?
half your movement,
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
half.
as I drag him by his beard.
Oh,
And
that's a
end my
great
turn
idea.
here.
Bjorn, you just saw him drag another dwarf by the beard.
That
It's
is
just a
terribly
Duragar.
insulting, but
I mean, it's a Duragar,
yeah.
not a real dwarf.
Yeah, still though. Okay, well, since I have the mobile feat, if I dash, I can ignore difficult terrain. I see Natrax has this guy under control. I'm gonna leave the rest to kind of take care of, try and take care of him. So I can try and intercept this guy down here, which I'm gonna use my dash charge down here. Get a one swing on him. It's an 18.
You hit.
13 plus 5 damage.
He is not looking great at all.
And his speed has been reduced by 10 feet.
You have his full and undivided attention, Bjorn.
Yeah. That's right. Oh, I'm sorry. What is my manners? And I like to go in big myself as well. Let's make this more interesting.
He looks surprised.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, you're not the only one who got that little trick to you. That's going to be
Two
it. My
big
turn.
dwarfs.
Typical Bjorn thinking that just being big makes it more interesting.
Well, I'm just trying to keep his attention so the rest
What about
of
Well, no,
Eldeth?
it's a joke.
away.
Oh yeah, what about Eldeth?
Oh,
Is she
I
here?
guess he's with. Oh, yeah, she's all with you for some reason.
Yep.
Oops.
Well, you would have broke the weight limit.
Let's see.
It's a shame you go before me, otherwise I could have given her a long strider.
You already had 2 dwarves on your elevator after all.
Let's see. What's the distance?
She legs one of a Smurf emblem.
What is the distance for it? Is it a short bow or long bow she have? It's a short bow, right?
She's
Does
a
it
dwarf,
say
of
on
course
her
it's a
sheet?
short bow.
Let me pull her up.
That's your Eldeth.
Longbow.
It's a longbow. Yeah. 85. That's still within range, or is it disadvantage?
It's like 120 short range for a longbow. So
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Still takes 2 shots at the guy Bjorn is dealing with.
Oh, 150.
Hang on. There we go.
As
So-
opposed to what, the 60 feet that all ranged weapons are in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
She
guess both
misses
those miss.
both. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's the end of my turn.
The Swerf Neblin ran. Gaddix.
Kago will dash to there. I will cast Long Strider on myself. Actually, no, I won't, because I think dashing 50 feet is probably better. So we're both going to dash. Very exciting. Ooh,
Lou.
It's time for a pincher attack. 5, 10, 15, 20. We'll send Felric around here. And I'm gonna start out by stabbing him.
$18 hits.
Stab. Oh. And Felric can probably do a better job.
barely hits on the last one. And yet the Duergar is not looking healthy.
I'll just step around Nadrax and stand here.
Martin.
All I can do is scoop up the owlbear and dash. Calling out loudly to them. That'll be my turn.
Bernard.
I have a question. Are they wearing metal armor?
They are.
Token book.
Book and book. Yep. He's got to cast heat metal.
On which one?
We'll go with the one that's the furthest away at the moment.
All right, on the one that's furthest away.
Yep.
And that's going to be is it a con?
No, it just applies.
Oh,
It
yeah,
doesn't
it just
damage
applies
matter.
because it's.
The con is to
Yeah,
keep a
'cause
hold of something.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to keep a hold of his armor.
Yep.
What is the damage?
38.
Get off
Okay.
this, bitch.
Yep. Oh.
Very
Nice.
Bjorn, you see the armor start sizzling and the howl as he starts dancing and clawing at his armor. And you just then see the moment where he stops and the eyes roll up in his head. And he drops dead and continues sizzling.
And,
What
and
is
then
beard?
the scent
Way to
of
go.
burnt hair overtakes you. Oh. Oh.
And a smell not unlike pork. Mushroomy pork.
Oh.
Charred on the outside, still bloody on the inside.
Burning hair is just one of those smells I'll never be able to forget.
That
Oh.
horrible moment when you see the armor start to sink down onto them while their body stays up.
Oh,
It
God.
just starts to melt into the tissue.
Oh no.
The beard is sizzling on top of the armor.
That's why you need to slow cook dwarves.
This guy became Darth Vader later. Didn't die.
Uzana. Oh yeah, Bernard, are you going to move?
Yeah, I'm going to get some distance.
Well, the other one isn't going anywhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I don't want to find out by accident that he can.
I will dash.
Oric.
Horik is going to move up. And thinking we probably want to keep one at least for questioning to find out what the hell is going on here. Going to try and do this non-lethally. Probably won't work, but you never know.
You are quite deadly. I imagine you can manage this.
Yeah. So
You do get advantage on these hits as well.
Be like
Yeah.
that guy that during Greek Olympics just put his hand through his opponent because their skin was so thin. It's like you weren't trying to kill him, but
The first hit knocks him out cold.
okay, we don't tell him with the second one.
Yeah, second
Sorry,
hit
it's already
outright
wound up.
kills him. Second hit
And-
stops his heart.
But the third hit starts it up again just to show he can do it.
yeah, spend a key point to restart his heart. Yeah,
You all are out of initiative.
that was fun. I got the dash.
Same. You even used a
Yeah.
spell slot.
I know I didn't. I decided not to
Yeah, he didn't. He just
Okay.
dashed.
because
instead
I
of
was
press
like, because that would take my second action. But if I dash twice, I'll be in range next turn anyway. So, yeah, no point. If he was still alive, I could have shot him this turn.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run over to where this guy's still alive. We're just gonna hand wave the movement.
I'm just gonna move this all out over here.
Pago is watching him aggressively.
The Svirfneblin, all three of them, the one crawls out from under the table, and the other two approach the lot of y'all. And of course, start speaking. Thankfully, you do have Glabagool who can help translate, and
Yep.
Felrect as well. They're not 100% sure what's going on, but
This just happened out of nowhere? The two of them just went stark raving mad?
no. There more Duergar are trying to break into the warehouse. We know that Yantha has been captured by the Duergar and taken to their warehouse. We don't know why the Duergar are doing it, but all we know is that they've been attacking us, they've been slaughtering us, everything was fine, and then they came out of their warehouse and started killing everybody.
Wait, you lot, how about we glance over these lot, see what's going on with them? Yantha is a name I know, and a name we're here to help. Although I'll just check one bit here. Oi, Zenny. These Duergar aren't your boys, are they?
No. Our agents here are humans with an exception.
I really want to say good, then they don't need to live, but I'm not going to. I'll hold my
That's
tongue.
like Lou, drow with an exception.
They are humans with one exception.
Alright then. We'll be doing this for extra credit, I suppose. You can run to your boys, I suppose, and have a wee word with them. Should probably deal with this pressing issue, though.
I would rather stick with you all with the way things are going. I do not want to risk slipping off there and catching a stray Duergar.
Well, I figured you had means and ways, but sure.
No, as a matter of fact, we just move openly here. It's a place where you don't fight.
I see. Looking down a corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess there's a bit of a demon issue here right now.
He shrugs. It's possible.
It would be even me and impetuous for something this dynamic changing. Checking for shrooms.
You all see no signs of shrooms.
And all of us Mervinlin are
This
definitely
madness
absolutely
never hit
dead.
us.
All of the dead ones are absolutely dead.
Fox.
And they might have actually been dead for quite some time, actually. Several of them are cold to the touch.
That might be normal. I've not hugged many Smurfidlum.
The other one crawls on out into you all. Oh dear. I chose the worst time possible to visit here, didn't I?
So did we, apparently.
We look tougher than you.
Yes,
Well,
yes,
I
you do.
I
Why,
suppose
Lou?
In your case, it was kind of lucky that we came by.
You keep talking to the man. I'm gonna have a word. Lou, why did you say that?
I'm taller than him, and it's a rare thing.
Why are you trying to flex and basically boast over this person who's in a dangerous situation and is nervous?
He's shorter than I am.
Why are you trying to do this and antagonize the man?
I'm not antagonizing him. We're just a very tough group. We're gonna save him. We're very heroic and tough and heroic.
And you're expressing that by means of basically a boastful threat.
Well,
It's just mostly boastful. I
it's
wasn't
all
gonna
right,
threaten him.
actually.
No, the boy has to learn.
I was gonna threaten him. I would do something way cooler.
Like I said, you can keep on talking with Bjorn and me other representatives. I'm lecturing this one here.
With a bomb.
It's like, just cart Lou away. You cannot go talking to
Maybe
me like that.
fire.
I was just going to ask if I may accompany you until the disaster is over. My name is Peebles.
See, it was going to be a yes until the name came out.
You mad at me for making fun of Peebles, Harden?
You
Aye,
got
but-
roll for sale?
Yes, I'm mad at you because obviously he's been free enough.
His parents must have hated him too. Okay, I'll stop.
Horik is going to search this Duergar that he's got here, see if he's got anything that might show allegiances to demons or anything on him.
Or if
Or
he's
possibly
wealthy
just
at all.
money.
He has his war pick, some coin. Nothing that you would, not expect from a Durgar.
As Hort just comes up, well, penniless for a lot of them. I don't know why. Walks off jingling.
Well, you said that they started killing each other like they're insane, but did you notice anything before this started happening? Any unusual things?
No, everything happened very quickly. We weren't even here. We were over on the other side, and the next thing we heard was the screaming.
There hadn't been any talk of unusual people entering the city, or
No, there has been that. They said that there's been an elf that they've been spotting. But I mean, as far as I know, he hasn't come into the city really, and there have been people disappearing.
elf? You say like surface elf or
Yes,
drow?
surface elf. Oh, don't call a drow an elf.
I know, but I just wanted to make sure.
Surface elf, yes.
Hey,
He hasn't been in per se. He more on the outskirts. He shows up occasionally and then goes away again. Some people have been vanishing that shouldn't be vanishing. Durgar, Drow, the Zentarum have lost one, I think.
but this elf was nothing as such new before all this started happening.
No, he was here before this.
All right.
And Peoples does speak up. I actually am brand new. I've only been here 2 days. So I can't really help you very much with most of that.
All right. Well, it is what it is, I suppose. All right. Well, I suppose you could tack along here. I guess it ain't too much safe. Ain't very safe down here right now. Yes.
Agreed. Yes. Unfortunately, we were going to go to our warehouse, but well, when we got there, those two chased us off and were getting ready to run us through.
Well, unfortunately, it sounds like we might have to go to that warehouse at some point because there might be some answers as to what happened over there since they were chasing you off.
We appreciate it, yes, because if they get through, they're going to be slaughtering our merchants. What they haven't
All
already
right, well,
slaughtered.
All right, well, I guess we have to get a bit of a move on then.
Louis, whenever you're talking to people like this, especially in a dangerous situation when they're nervous, you show a bit of fucking decorum. Politeness,
Oh, no,
manners.
no,
You don't just
no,
express your physical characteristics at them.
I
He has to learn. You keep going. Go on, I'll catch up with you.
All right, everyone, come on. Time is ticking.
Well, are you going to interrogate the Durgar?
Is that Bjorn coming back?
I don't think we really have the time. If the battle breaks
with
through,
us?
I think we kind of need to hurry.
Do you want to drag him
Tie
with
him
us?
up or kill him? But yeah, what do we do?
You could yell out. You know, we'll find out from someone else, eh, Horik?
Yeah. Let's just relieve the
Nah.
man of his war pick and maybe tie him up before leaving.
Yes.
shoot him in the back of the
leave the
head.
lunatic armed. Good idea.
No, he said relieve him of it.
Okay, I thought it was
Yeah, I'm
leave
gonna
it.
relieve him of his mortal coil. Can I just shoot him in the back of the head?
Alright,
I
once,
don't care.
I'll never see it coming.
once all the group are gone, the kids are walking, all there's just a sound of twang, and then Gaddock's quickly running up behind. Wow, misfire. Weird, huh?
Yeah. Like, we can't take prisoners with us. There's no Geneva Convention.
No, there's an obvious way to solve this, Squidly. Give me your hand. Let's use that knife. Come on. Push it in his throat slowly. Wake him up.
Y'all are terrible.
Not canonically.
Is he alive or is he dead?
He's alive. Fuck it.
They can't get
Okay,
big
so-
for a whole day, right? They can only do that one time a day.
It depends on your constitution, really. Some can do it 3 or 4 times. Gets harder with age.
Is there a button we can press to check if he can do it right now?
Oh, he used it already. He was big before. How much of an insult do I want to give him?
You're not shaving the beard.
I was thinking of shave beard and use it to tie him up.
Remember, there are 3 dwarves near you.
Dye his beard pink.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not start the war of the beard.
I can
Nah.
take me out of action for about an hour.
Yeah, it's probably long enough for us. For...
I don't think we have to worry much. I'm sure he's not going to become a recurring plot point.
What if we're gonna meet that Dorgar that we saved all those months ago?
This was him. Don't you recognize him?
That's the guy who's cooking over there.
All right,
Oh,
off we
we
go.
just tie him up quickly and keep moving.
Yeah, we tie him up. Put some weights on him, you know.
The Swerfneblin quickly direct you over to the disaster over at the Swerfneblin warehouse. And Gaddix, how far out does your lantern see invisible things?
Did I write it in my character? Or am I gonna have to look inside him again?
Because I think it's before Nadrax.
30 feet, 30-foot radius, and then a 30-foot radius is 30-foot bright, 30-foot dim. Invisible creatures are detectable in the bright.
Okay, so only 30 foot. Okay. You all do approach the warehouse, and you see 4 Durgar trying to batter down the warehouse doors.
Ooh,
The
I like this,
area-
it's really funny.
There's a bit of a pavilion where you can tell they normally do some trading and whatnot. There's an area of overgrown fungus up front that, as far as you know, is probably meant for food. And yeah, they are battering down the door. I heard Lou say he was going to do something funny.
Ah!
They are within a 10-foot radius, aren't they?
Yep.
Yep. So that will be starting the combat. I'm going to roll this up. I don't need to be on the ruler.
I'm gonna go get more coffee. Good luck, everyone else.
The coffee
I'll
must speed
join
up your
you.
initiative. Oh, hey, the guy's at the speed of the water cooler. Hey,
Half a cup.
what a roll for initiative, man.
Oh yeah, don't worry. The spellcaster's got this one. So anyway, got this new hammer here.
So one Duergar passes. The other ones all abysmally fail.
But it's going to be a while before we see that.
yeah.
Yeah, they might be dead before this matters. Hit the sane one first, I guess.
Oh yeah, we can beat them up without affecting the confusion. Okay, good.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to be taking some rolls for them. That'll be fun. Everybody get their rolls in. The Swerfneblin are not going to be taking place, and you don't think the Zents are going to be particularly inclined either.
Nor with the children.
Yes.
You're kidding, right? You could give one of them a short bow and they'd be launching arrows like nobody's business.
However,
Hit the target.
it would be Uzana's turn, but Lou, roll me a d100.
Wasn't me. Nice.
69 again?
Nice.
Was that the? Uh-oh. One moment as I have to measure.
Oh no.
If you hurt my kids, I'll fucking wring your neck.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Oh
13,
no.
14, 15, 16, 17. Will this work?
Lou, what have you done?
Harton? What is the roll for this? Or is it just an auto? Oh. Harton. You know, you've been a little bit too rough on the boy. He is very charming. You are charmed by Lou until the start of your next turn.
Mm-hmm. However, I will know of the charm effect after it's gone.
You also know it wasn't intentional. Who has no control over this?
Just pointing that out.
Yeah, it'll be the start of Lou's next turn, yes. Uzana, it is your turn. There are some confused Duragar.
I've noticed.
I mean, it is an impediment-free target zone.
4 targets. There are 4 of them there.
I didn't say the number, I just said it's an impediment-free zone.
Ah,
Nothing in the way of your radiuses.
true,
Not even
but we also
cargo.
have big things on the horizon.
Do we, though? I mean, just once, for a
Potentially.
treat.
Just a little treat.
Just a starter, you know, to show how you're going to continue.
Why not?
Max roll fireball.
It doesn't take much to convince a wizard to cast Fireball.
Fireball.
So who are you fireballing?
Almost
The Durgar?
Yeah.
Can they make a deck save while confused?
I was just trying to read through it again to see if it
Something like this?
doesn't mention it.
No, it's only really affects their turn, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't say they're incapable.
Okay.
It's not that good of a spell, but it's fun.
Let's see.
An affected creature can't take reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same as a save, though.
Yeah.
Can you guys see the radius here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, one of them's lucky.
One of them is very lucky. The others are crispy.
Jesus.
The confused boy here is
There used to be 4 of us before.
This might make total sense to him, actually.
he looks dumbfounded as all of his friends are crispy fried.
All of my friends are dead.
He's Duragar, they weren't really friends.
Mm.
All of my occasional colleagues are down.
Yeah.
Anything else, Susanna?
Nope.
See, didn't that feel
refer to
good?
them as brief associates.
You get to cast a spell and see lots of tokens leave.
Yes.
Bernard.
There's not as many targets as what I was hoping for. Well, I've already done the cooking thing, and I think he probably doesn't have enough health to actually deal with that. So I'm just going to wander closer.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Harton.
For some reason, I feel like I should get away from Lou.
I thought it was going to be a lightning bolt on your head.
Everybody within a 10-foot radius is now a chicken.
Let's see. There we go. Nope. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Nadrax.
Okay. How far? Yes, I can get there with a dash. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's start stabbing, even without sneak attack. I don't think that hits.
No.
God damn it, Corvus.
Yeah, then I will menacingly wave my short sword before his beard. And that will be all.
Oh, Nadrax, yours is 30 feet. Your blind side.
What? Yes.
Aha. And your line, you came this way down?
Yes.
You do see some friends waiting for you along the wall. You have a feeling there might be more friends.
Alright. I point in that direction. Company over there. Beware.
He looks very surprised.
I relish
Bjorn.
the surprise.
Yeah. That's a
You
Elder
can't see
tried.
what Nadrax is pointing at, but
yeah. So I would have Elder take some pot shots at this guy.
yeah.
So twang and twang, they both miss.
Oh,
Well, since Bjorn was wanted something over here, he's gonna station himself here and get ready to swing at anything that comes at him.
very good. Work.
Okay. I can't see the guys on the wall, which is a problem. I don't think I've really got any way to deal with it at the moment. So I'm just going to advance rapidly towards the one I can see.
Fairly standard procedure, yes.
Okay, it's my turn.
Lou.
I've got just the thing. Harton, I want you to remember how cool you think this is later. In about a few seconds, you're not going to think it's cool anymore. But think about how cool it was.
You might want to step away. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I guess this square next to where it was pointed out.
Okay. And yeah, that should actually get okay.
Are you sure you don't want to keep some of those rolls hidden?
They all failed. Ooh, we'll bring these all up.
I can't help but think that, yeah.
There are some very surprised Duergar now limbed in fairy fire.
Pretty cool, right, Harton?
Harton, you are not charmed. It ended at the start of his turn.
Just glancing at the back of Lou. Aye, good use of the spell. We'll talk about the other bit later.
I had no control over it, and if you get mad at me, you're mean.
I can live with that.
Speaking of uncontrolled magic, what's the new one that's going to take over?
Well, he doesn't do it every
He did
time.
not- yeah, he did not get a wild magic surge. No.
Unless we're in
Okay.
one of those special areas.
Yeah, unless you're absolutely covered in phase risks, it's not all the time. It's just occasionally.
Okay.
That's
Or
why
when
I
he
tend to note when you're really covered in stuff.
Or when he wants his advantage back.
Yeah, we'll send Felric up and he'll hold an action if the Dargar approach. He's gonna stab him.
He could shoot them.
He does have a gun. Nah, I don't want to waste bullets on these guys.
I
He
mean,
also
it's
has a hand crossbow
yeah.
that you gave him.
Oh yeah. All I ever think about is sword. This guy.
16.
A 16 hits. It is now their turn.
Oh, I get an attack in because I was holding my action.
Yep, you do.
Do I get both of my attacks?
Just the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 16 a hit?
A 16 is a hit. Gaddix,
that's
does your
20.
lantern... Ooh, dear.
How does the 21 sound?
21 sounds great.
What about my lantern?
Does it reveal it's for everybody or just you?
I
Everyone.
believe it reveals for everybody. I'm going to assume so until I read this block once it loads.
We are going to assume so.
You know, I'm just going to put the... Why is this not on my sheet?
As those two show up, and Nadrax entering into your line of sight are a few more that clearly do not expect to be.
Invisible
Visible.
creatures and objects are visible as long as they are within the bright light, so I assume that's for everybody.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. It
Oh
is.
god, there is even way more ugly. Other side.
Yeah, everybody can see these two. The ones down here, I'll mark with yellow. They are still technically invisible.
And here I was thinking this is going to be another one of those combats where I couldn't get into it because everything died before I could get there.
Nope.
Thanks.
We call that lulling you into a false sense of security.
So, yeah, the guy who just ran up to you, Bjorn, is very mad. And,
Well, you're gonna stay mad.
yep, he's so mad he missed. He almost drove the pick into his own shoe. Fell wrecked.
Oh.
Oh, that's so mean. Ow.
Harton. They're critting today, apparently.
Oh, wait, hang on. I just remembered I could use my reaction to set a rune towards Harden. So he has to re-roll his attack.
Okay, we'll re-roll that one more then. And never mind. So that's 2 misses for you, Harton. And then Nadrax.
Loom and Felric might be feeling a little bit emotional here.
Nadrax missed, and
Like,
that wasn't
Felric is still yelling in pain when you say, "Oh, Harden, look away!"
And I don't think a 16 hits Horik either. So there you go.
I gotta keep the healer alive.
That's true. I am the
Got it.
most essential member of the party.
He's the one with restoration.
The rest of you are
Send
optional.
Kago to engage our new friend. Because I would rather have them stop at the dog than me. He's going to bite once. 12 probably doesn't hit.
That does not hit.
Well done, advantage, Kago. Well done.
Also, this one is now visible for everybody.
Oh boy, the lantern moved. That means there's more.
Yeah.
Fuck my life.
What? It's fine. It's nice to have a combat.
Yeah, but I don't want my dog to break again. I just rebuilt him.
You'll be fine.
I guess I'll shoot at the same one that I sent Kago on. That's my inventory, not my attack. I'm an idiot. 1 and
You miss.
2.
You hit.
Come on, game.
He's not looking thrilled.
Yeah, he shouldn't. And I am not going to walk any farther. You first. These things. Yeah, why don't you go in and help?
All right, we find we signed a fancy iron gate that you can rebuild them with.
Yeah, they decline to go forward.
Yeah, I'm done.
Uzana.
Oh dear, there's quite a few.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least they're all small for now.
That's too pointy, Corvus. I don't...
Right?
Oh, I forgot to roll for the confusion. Hold on.
Mm.
Oh. You want over here. Do y'all want to take an attack of opportunity on him?
Yes.
That'd be Nadrax and Hork.
Yeah. Sure.
Punch him in the balls.
You hit?
I'm just looking where do I... Not... Okay, apparently I haven't set that up to actually...
There you go. Damage?
Ignore the fire. And I think the sneak attack too, because at this point he would no longer be threatened.
Yeah, it don't matter because he did.
Alright.
But there you go, Uzana.
All right. I will get these two. Oh wait, yeah, that's adjacent. Is it adjacent? No, they're within 5 feet of each other.
Can you ping which two? Sorry, I was looking away.
These two.
Okay. Brain. My brain is not working. Dex, thank you. Well, one is fine, but let's. Yep, and the other one takes the
5
5
damage.
Another one bites the dust. Ooh.
No, they don't die, but he does not look happy to be acided.
Cinched his beard.
There we go with the burning hair again.
Can we cease the beard violence, please? This is disgraceful. We're adventurers, not monsters.
Same thing, really.
Prince was with us for a while. I think he counted as a monster.
Anything else, Susanna?
Nope.
Bernard. You have a friend.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm going to smack him with a quarterstaff.
You hit? He looks annoyed. Like, how dare you bonk him?
I'm gonna get it behind it.
Well, in that case, for my bonus action, I'm going to turn into a giant snake.
He doesn't look annoyed anymore. He looks frightened. Anything else?
Action, bonus action. Not going to move. Yeah, I'm done.
Martin?
Deploying and hitting. Let's see, she'll have a go at this first one. Let's see, can I set the advantage toggle without breaking shit? Oh no, it already rolls advantage, is fine. A 19!
Hits.
For her maximum, in fact. Anyway.
He gives the WTF look.
Oh yeah.
That is less WTF. Oh, I forgot about Dawnbringer.
Oh yeah, sunlight sensitivity, huh?
Yeah, they're all rolling at disadvantage.
Which means...
Including Felric.
Yeah, so we'll say Felric gets his health back.
He lives, even though he was okay still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep forgetting about that.
This rolling correctly? Yeah. Oof. Minimum damage.
Yep.
Actually miss with that one. Oh well.
It's not looking very happy with you, Harton.
That's fine. That's my turn. I mean, he's not looking very widely at me either, like squinted eyes, trying to go in against the blare of pure sunlight.
Yep. Nadrax. And now that I'm remembering to do this, Harton, what is the radius on this? I am throwing this on your token because I'm tired of forgetting.
Let's see. Dawnbringer. 15. Let's see here. So 30 foot, 15 bright.
So 15 bright is the.
It's all sunlight.
Oh, so 30 foot sunlight. Okay.
Yeah. I can expand or reduce it by 5 feet each up to a maximum of 30 feet, or a minimum of 10 feet each. Wait, hang on. You can use an action to expand or reduce its radius of bright light by 5 each to a maximum of 30 feet each. So I could make this 60 foot. It doesn't even have a duration listed on that. So I could just cover this map in sunlight.
Consider maybe not?
I'll keep that in mind.
There, now I can remember.
Yeah, I did not know that Dawnbringer could be made bigger.
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be 30 feet of bright light and then 30 feet of dim light?
Yeah, but it doesn't say the bright light counts as sunlight. It just says the light counts as sunlight.
Let's say that only the bright light is sunlight.
That's bullshit here. It doesn't say that.
I'd say if it's dim light, it doesn't. For balance sake.
I can't believe that the DM just nerfed me.
Yeah, that's bullshit. The sword's luminous blade emits bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for an additional 15 foot. The light is sunlight. There's a full stop at the start and end of that.
To be fair, I thought you extended it to 60, which means that it would be 30. Right.
We'll go with that then, sure.
Yes, this is what I'm assuming.
We're never in darkness, people, never.
Nadrax.
Yeah, I move up
It's
there. Yeah.
Okay, this one. I assume you hit the one with Harton.
Yeah, the one next to him. Yes, the one I'm flanking, Harton, and the other one gets the 5 extra fire damage.
Okay. That one is deceased, and the other one is looking more crispy.
Yeah. He can be even more crispy. Yeah, since I use my bonus to disengage to not take an attack of opportunity, that will be all. Actually, let me move up here, just to give other people a chance to flank as well.
Bjorn.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can finish this guy.
Remember your advantage. Because they are fairy fired.
Oh, yeah. 12 plus 6.
Dead.
18. On to the next one. And let's remember to put advantage on. There we go.
A hit.
11 damage on this guy.
He is not looking like he's having a good day.
And oh yeah, and then Nelthef. I should probably stay up here, actually. Take a couple of shots at this guy. Oh, there we go. Wang. Wang. Nope, no good day. Good day to her.
She does have advantage.
On these guys?
Oh, those guys. No,
Yeah.
she does not. I thought she was fired at the other guys. Might be.
No.
Oric.
Yep. Can Horrocks see this one?
No.
No. Okay. It's probably going to go badly then. Because Horrocks was going to go over and see if he could help with what's my movement at the moment? I have a feeling I'm short. No, I can get there. That one there. And try and beat him down. Protect the doggo.
Wait, yeah, he only could attack once, but so you don't you get the slight sensation like something might have been trying to hit you, but you're fine as you just go around past.
That was weird.
Pop up. Hit.
Okay.
He is looking mighty crispy.
Shouldn't be. It's just a sword. He should be looking mighty bloody. But never
Same
mind.
difference.
Yeah. And we'll continue punching. I think he's probably dead.
He is very good. He's very good.
I'm coming, doggo.
Lou, it's bright.
Well, luckily, if I get within 5 feet of it, it doesn't affect me anymore.
Oh no.
Lou, stop.
I'm just Stab, the one I'm flanking with Atrax. Where's the stab?
You miss.
Blaming the sword. Hammer. Direct help. 16.
16 hits, yeah. He's not dead.
I'm in danger.
Anything else?
I'm just gonna stand here with my eyes closed.
Right.
That doesn't work. If you can't see them, it doesn't mean they can't see you.
Hopefully all he sees is the sword that's next to me.
None of those hit Lou. Bernard. 23 hits Bernard.
Well, isn't he at disadvantage?
Oh yeah, it's 14. Thank you.
Oh wait, no, but he gets advantage from the guy flanking him, doesn't he?
Be a straight
He
roll
does.
then.
Yeah.
See,
So never mind. Yeah, it is 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 4
So,
piercing
yeah.
anyway against a snake.
And Kago. Still, also it doesn't matter. Yeah. So
Eh.
the pick grazes the snake.
Yep.
Although a second one misses the snake. You again get this sensation of a whiff by you.
Are we talking the 10 or the 14? If it's 14, it hits me.
He's also rolling a disadvantage though.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
a normal roll because he's flanking.
Oh, duh! I'm an idiot. The 14. You do feel something from behind hit you.
A bit of a scratch.
Yeah. So you get
Although
hit
I think-
twice.
Also, I think he also gets it would be an advantage since he has more advantages than he has disadvantages because he's attacking from stealth.
No, he's not attacking from stealth because the snake's got blind sight.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he can see it.
Right, I think that's the third guy's turn then.
Yep, that is the Durgar's turn. Gaddix. Sorry, I thought I'd hit the button.
Okay. Kago will continue biting. The clamping. That's my sheet, not Kago's sheet. Give him the clamps. Hey, give him the clamps.
Yeah, it works.
Suck it. 9 force damage.
Woof.
Clamps down on the beard, tries to rip it off. There you go.
You hear very angry Durgar noises.
He's going to be very angry in a second as well. I said very thank you, game. Okay, he's probably dead.
Deceased.
Yeah, that'll teach you to get angry at my dog. Oh wait, I could have Kago move up to here.
You all see the last Durgar finally.
Did he pop in? I didn't see anything show up.
I think it was just this guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
for some reason I thought he'd always been there.
He's there, but now everybody can see him.
Thanks to Kago's lantern. That's my turn.
Uzana.
Okay.
There are less Durgar.
Yes, but I still see two standing within 5 feet of each other. So, still gonna do that thing again. There it is. Oh, 1 takes 7 this time.
One just flat out dies, and one takes 7.
He rolled a 15 though. That's the pass.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it's not half.
Mm-hmm.
It just sucks.
He can count his lucky stars though. He's not dead.
I pulled the wrong Durgar, yeah. Do you have any movement, Uzana?
No, I want to keep the kids safe, so I will back up a little.
Bernard.
Well, I'm going to give the one that I attacked first a bit of a squeeze. I was planning on giving him a squeeze, but this doesn't look like it worked.
It did not work.
Oh well. A very sad-looking snake then.
Just the very sad tongue flick.
Pretty much, and I'm just going to stay where I am.
I figured. Nadrax.
Yeah, I guess I can join Lou in the tandem stabbing.
You do hear that does hit, and that does kill. You all were hearing, Lou, at least you were hearing, before Nadrax gutted that one. He and the other guy were bickering back and forth a bit, wondering when the drow decided to pick a side. It's occurred to you that they think that you are with the drow.
That won't cause any
Okay.
long-term issues.
I mean, it
And
won't
just-
because they'll all be dead.
Yeah, but that just means we need to put Lou in front and speak as a drow.
It's not like we left any
No.
alive.
This is the amount of no's.
I demand unconditional surrender from everyone or else.
Oh, anything else, Nadrax?
Actually, I still have my bonus. So, yes. That's 2 damage.
Oh, wait, yeah, it is 2 damage. Never mind.
Was it a Malgun?
You've malgurned it, yes.
Well, I just had a d4, so.
Bjorn.
Yeah. I hope Eldeth can deal with this.
She has advantage.
Yeah, well, she got
That's it,
17,
yeah.
so
Now go twang at someone else.
yeah, I think she'll take a shot at this guy. Hey, 3 damage.
Where's my turn?
Where is your turn?
Yeah, you're gone. From
Yeah, I'm not. It's because you must have deleted my token to stick on the radius.
Oh.
So I should be going before is.
Yes, please do take a turn.
Yeah, go ahead. So these are
Let me go
both
find
visible
your
now,
initiative.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go then. Actually, no, I'll give a wee woman advantage.
Well done. Remember, folks, we're professionals.
Both a miss. Very low rolls. Hooten will go in for beak this time. 2 damage. There we go, that's my turn.
There you go.
Then what?
There you go.
Well, that should just a bit of normal. But 17 and
Proud dwarven tradition.
Fuck.
No, his
Okay,
attack.
never
No,
mind.
remember, it only counts if his turn ends.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the head comes clean off.
That was a wasted crit, though. That was a big hit for 1 HP.
He was just not there, and then
there's no kill like an overkill. Now let's get the last grubber out of here. That's it, my turn.
Orc. There's one left.
Oh well, let's see if we can make that none left.
Lou, you're able to hear, and any of you that Glabagal is feeding information to, the Dorgar is under the assumption that the Zentarum and the Drow have teamed up and have decided to attack.
Well, they're not wrong in a sense.
Well, we're gonna kill this guy, not correct him. I suppose we
I thought
could.
you were going to. I thought you were
I
going
suppose
to
we could
non-lethal him.
interrogate him. Depends what he does in his next turn.
Is he dead or alive at this point?
Are you non-lethally?
If we want to question him, yes, it's non-lethal.
Then he is alive.
Is he? He's alive? Is he?
Yes.
Not knocked out?
He is awake. And looking
Are
unwell.
you sure about that?
Roll me that. He is taking a nap,
Okay.
and y'all are out of initiative.
Right, people, you want to go call out to the people there?
And yep, the two Smurfneblin do come up, and there is a quick word through the gates.
Oh, and you can clarify, we're not Zen, and we're not with the Dry. We just have a Dry with us.
Oh,
It doesn't really count. Oh, one of us does.
So you're technically not with the Zents, and you're technically not with the Drow?
Aye.
Oh. Right. And they do have a very quick conversation, and the other side eventually does open up, and there's a lovely lady. I know this looks like a guy, but it's a lovely lady
Yeah, it's fine.
standing on the other side.
Smurfeblin have different standards of beauty.
Well, no, she has hair and everything, but she pokes her head out. Oh, thank the. Come in quickly before another wave decides to come in.
Aye, praise glitter gold. And we go. Dragging this cunt with us.
Don't want to loot the other ones?
Well, you can rifle pretty quick if you want, but we're going in.
I'll check for notes or anything. It has any like if there's any like orders they had or something from.
And money, don't forget money.
know. I was just gonna pretend I wasn't looking for it, but stumbled upon it. Like, oh my god, money! I didn't see that there.
There is about 12 gold in and amongst the group.
Yeah, it all counts for petty cash. Remember, that's most of a week with the tavern.
I have the 12 gold. I'm poor at this moment.
I will just yank you all in here. Alright, get off. Lou, are you on top of the okay.
Can I ride on Velrit?
No. No. I don't think you would appreciate that right now. Not in public.
I meant his shoulders.
He wouldn't appreciate
I don't
that.
think you would appreciate that in public. But you all get ushered in, and she slams the door and locks it up. And finally she turns to you. I'm Gabble Drip Skillet. Thank you. Who are you?
We go down the line of introductions, for the most part.
Yeah.
What are you all here for?
Well, we were here for a different matter altogether, but it turns out we're also on the hunt for Yanta and she's in big trouble.
Yes, the Durgar have her and we don't know why.
Hey, what a personal request from your Digger Maddox, but any idea what's going on here at all?
Let me make it quick to make sure she doesn't know. I have no idea. All I know is they have Yanta. I want to get her, but I don't think we can do it. Particularly, we don't have as many people. And she does gesture around, and you can see that the way this warehouse is set up, it's more vertical than anything. There are levitating crystal platforms that allow the gnomes to reach each of the compartments. And considering some of the doors are locked, you have a feeling that there might be more individuals that are held up in those little holes.
Well then, let's both get our answers. Wake that cunt up.
He wakes fairly readily, and he looks mad.
Well, you can stay mad. We're just gonna need some answers out of you.
What makes you think I'm going to be talking?
If you
Well.
don't talk, we'll set your beard on fire.
Abigail, I need you to play it cool here, alright? Don't react. Because we're gonna dissolve you, slowly. I'll let my gelatinous cube out from the bag and just set him next to him. Bjorn, grab his hand there.
Hey.
Right, what is it that
Are
you
you
want to
are
know?
you left? Well, first of all, I want to know: are you a lefty or righty?
Left.
Good.
All right.
Alright, next one. Why are you massacring Snurvidlin, you fucking maniacs?
Because they stole from us.
This is meant to be a neutral place where no one brandishes a weapon, aye?
And it's supposed to be someplace where you don't steal. That's the #1 rule.
Fucking
What
amazing to
was
think about.
stolen?
Hold on. Let me get the exact wording that they say. Yantha stole from us. That's why we have her captured.
What'd she steal?
This better not have been just
Hey.
over a pile of gold, for fuck's sake.
A valuable gemstone from one of our merchants.
Well, I could put more
About how much was it valued at?
Oh, I ain't know. All I know, he's beside himself over it.
Was it recovered?
No,
That's a
it
strange
ain't on
thing
her
when
person.
That's a strange thing when you catch the thief. Usually expect them to have the ill-gotten goods on them.
Like, all I know is he went to Yantha to have her appraise it because she knows stones. And when he was appraising, all of a sudden it's missing. What you thinking about that?
I'm thinking that's not a fucking reason to go starting a genocide.
Well, clearly something ain't right. You see the Swiftneblin, they're looking around. She would never steal a gemstone.
Well, I imagine not, but also the response seems ridiculous as well.
Theoretically, they should come talk to us.
Aye.
Like, well,
Parley and whatnot. Making an agreement where more money can flow. That's the usual way these things sort of get dealt with.
well, it's clear that she ain't gonna give it up. So clearly one of these ones would have it. And we're gonna get it back.
Uh-huh. Alright, Glabble, you're alright there. Back in the bag.
Oh.
Unless you want to stretch yourself
Thank
out for a wee bit.
I can wobble here for a bit.
Go ahead.
And he just kind of wobbles around looking about.
You know, just a wee psychic mission. Like, I wasn't...
Floating there.
We're never going to put his fingers in you or anything like that there. It was just a wee idle for it.
He snorts.
Just a bubble coming out of him. Right. Well, are we going to be able to just talk about this when we get to your place? Can we just have some words?
You can try.
Alright, they're going to be frothing maniacs about this, I suppose.
We have guards, and you ain't getting through them.
That is such a fucking lacking statement there. We have been through a lot. Even through the Underdark. How many demons have you lot slayed recently?
More than you'd think.
I
They're all over the
seriously
place
fucking
now.
doubt it. Have you had a meeting with Zugdamoi before? Have you crossed paths with Demogorgon?
A what?
The biggest fuck off demons there are.
I don't believe you fought no big fuck off demons.
You're correct, we didn't. We avoided them.
For fuck's sake,
See you
Bjorn.
cowards.
just Harton looking over him. Fucking really, really.
No, we took care of the other ones.
Well, we'll just
We
show
are
you.
guests of honor at the wedding.
I mean, you saw how quickly we dismantled you lot out here. It's gonna go exactly the same way over there.
You can take 30.
Aye.
Oh, easily.
He snorts. Don't believe it.
Do you not?
We have an army
Take a look at
outside.
us. Do you see what we're lacking?
How many were out here when we started? About?
About 12.
12, yeah.
Okay, so we beat half of them, and how many of us are, oh, we seem to be all looking pretty...
Aye, it's
fine
what I'm
and
about to point out is the thing we're lacking here is a fucking mark on us.
He just snorts. Just go send me to Laudiger already. I'm done looking at your ugly faces. I'll be laughing when y'all are dead on the ground. Bunch of thieves.
You didn't take anything.
No, just
You're
got here.
helping this. You're helping the Swerfneblin, so you probably are in on it. What are you the ones that are going to take the gemstone out of here?
We didn't even know it existed until 5 minutes ago.
A
I am
likely
interested now.
story.
We just...
That's why you get involved. It ain't your business.
Because we heard Mant-oh is a place where people don't brandish weapons at each other because it's a nice little trade hub. And then we see you lot fucking murdering and slaying. Congratulations,
Well,
you're on the wrong side of this.
He nods. I can see them's got the Zentarum logo. And, well, you got 2 drow there, so what? Are the drow now in the Zentarum going to be teaming up and trying to take us out?
You might
It
notice
ain't
also the
happening.
pink mohawk on them. This one is not a representation of the drow population at large.
Or the
Pixis, no,
Zentarum.
I am a Harper though.
Yeah, sure, make it more difficult.
He just looks confused. What?
Look at my badge.
We're also captains of the City Watch of Waterdeep.
Oh, I know that place.
Just
Sometimes
us two.
We send stuff down that way.
Just us two, though, not the rest of them. They never attained a lofty rank.
Very
Well, I'll
important.
piss on your City of Waterdeep while I'm at it.
I think I'm also first hedgerow in the Emerald Enclave. I'm not sure if they do proper ranks.
First hit roll.
Well, we are heroes, right? We got that blessing from the Enclave, so it kind of counts.
Aye.
He just kind of shrugs. Piss off.
I think we should leave him alive just to, be annoying.
Well, no, we should follow the city's customs as to what to do with him.
They
Ah,
all
the
kind of
city's
look
custom.
around.
Aye, this is not a place of combat, sweetie. They don't really do any of that.
Yeah.
Well, surely they handle troublemakers.
Usually, our enclaves handle our own troublemakers because otherwise it causes issues with the others.
You know what? Let's take them with us.
Oh, this
Yeah,
will be
we can-
fun. I get to see you all cut down.
Aye.
Oh, yeah, we can also bring the other party we also knocked out.
Well, we can see if we can hand these ones over to get a conversation started. If not, we can just cut them right down. I'm not too worried right now. We have far bigger fucking issues, but we're solving these while we're on the way. Because right now we've got important things to do, and you're an obstacle. Right. Shall we take 5, or are we on our way?
I guess we're on our way.
No,
Or
I'm
does
pretty
anybody
much
need a
good to
short
go.
rest?
I don't think we've used anything really, apart from
I
a
don't
few
think so,
spells.
yeah.
Yeah, a
I'm
couple
good.
spell slots, but that's about it.
I mean, you could probably use your arcane recovery to get a 3rd level spell slot back.
I could. I mean, does anyone need a short rest?
Not really.
Yeah,
Time seems
yeah, let's
important
keep
with the
going.
prisoner.
I got more 3rd level spell slots. I'm good.
Yeah, you still got 2 fireballs in you.
Off we go.
Gabble does send you off and just say, if you manage to rescue Yantha, I'd appreciate it. We can reward you.
Aye, that's the intention.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Please just keep us posted. If you knock, make sure you answer in common, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to remember your voices.
All right then.
Alright.
And you walk to the other side. You have not crossed over the chasm yet, but you do reach the area that has been indicated as the Durgar outpost. You see that there's a fenced-off area where they're cultivating some mushrooms, and it looks deserted.
I think we need Coggo up front here. How many of these weak cunts are hanging back with their picks raised high?
Oh yeah, did we pick up the other Durga we had tied up?
Did you go get him?
Yeah.
Okay,
Unless he had the
then-
shit kicked out of him by more people returning to the streets.
No, nobody has returned to the streets.
You know, I didn't have much of an impression of Mant-oh, but this is still very strange, you know?
I thought this was
I mean,
supposed to be
what
the
way?
nice city.
This is supposed to be a trade city.
I was hoping to find wee knickknacks, something to curio, you know? Something we could put in the shelf.
The
Well, I guess we just came in on a
Zentaran
bad
agent-
day.
Yeah, the Zentarum agent says usually you could find all of those things, but well, none of the shops seem open, and looks even on the Zentarum and Drow side, I don't see any merchants.
Hmm.
I wonder why your sides are also quiet.
Aha! You have seen the first one. Where? I need to get on the correct layer.
I'm just thinking of this formation here, we might need to swap some of these token positions. Probably don't have the kids in the front rank.
Probably not. You can see your first one. And Nadrax, you can see another one, but is Kago going to move forward to continue to,
Yeah, I haven't moved.
There you go.
Yeah, between Togo and Nadrax, we probably should stick together, since we can see.
Well, Kago opens up everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys actually
And
appear,
then he
whereas
breathes fire.
see, you can see them, but Kago reveals them.
Yeah.
So it's a case of they're going to notice that.
Yeah, this lantern is really good.
Yep.
Yeah, you hear two very startled Duergar as they realize that they have been revealed.
Right.
The module does not account for what happens if they're seen. So I'm actually going to go off script and say they tell you to piss off.
It's a recurring theme with Duergar.
Oops,
Well,
didn't mean to click that, but you know,
Give us
he
our
was
men
asking for
back.
it.
I see them back there, and piss off.
We want Yanfa.
You ain't getting it. She's a thief.
Uh-huh.
Well, you ain't gotta get your prisoners.
This only goes one way from here out. You don't want that. You don't have any more boys in the rest of this place right now. They have been handled.
Well, we got plenty waiting for you.
And they will fucking walk over them. Bring your boss, bring Yanfa. We'll have a discussion. Or we'll tear this place the fuck apart.
We ain't bringing anybody. But give me a persuasion. Actually, that would be intimidation.
Same thing.
Intimidation.
Well, it's just they're the same thing because I got them tagged.
Give me 3 of them. 3 of you can come in, have a word with the boss.
He seems rather shifty. I scrutinize.
He thinks this is fair, and you can tell what he's thinking of because, again, he's doing the same thing where he's looking between the Drow and the obvious Zentarum.
I notice his
He's
gaze.
thinking that you all are a collection of Drow and Zentarum.
Right, as I glance over. Right, okay. I suppose we have to explain this. We're freelance adventurers. The point we just happen to have a couple of Drow who are not part of that Drow, and a Zen guide who got us here in the first place for other purposes.
3.
5. And the dog.
4.
Let's see, who would it be now? Just thinking now.
Send in just NPCs.
Send in Glabagool.
I got need a bit more than that just because the players will be sitting bored. Let's see here. Arvion, Horik, Hosanna. Who would be our last one? Yeah, I'm not shifting on at 5. It's a good number. It breaks even ties and votes.
4 and the dog.
I'll have to be Gatix in.
What if one of us disarms for the 5th?
I'll allow it.
All right, Horik, loose your weapons.
Gotta put the sword down, mate.
Okay. I hand the sword over for somebody for safekeeping.
I can go
take
be.
it.
So, oh, okay, that works.
And I also hand them the chair leg.
All
All right, I'll
faithful.
take that too.
All right, so that's Ulrich, the
Um,
dog.
Hang on, I probably also got to hand over the wand of magic missile as well.
Ooh, I'll take that one as well.
Uh,
You're not gonna get his
Oh.
respect, do you know?
I want it back when I come back, all right? And there's also a dagger, some darts.
This was meant to be a bit of a joke, but you are just carrying a weaponry on you.
The Duergar is thinking he's made a great deal on this.
Yeah, he's just seeing how loaded that fucking halfling was with weaponry. Yeah,
He's a very dexterous warrior.
Scene from Pulling from Columbine. with
Bjorn and
two
Harton
bullets
just pick him up by an ankle each and just shake him.
Ah,
Is that fucking knife mine?
That's the starting dagger that you get as a pack. I don't think I've ever used the damn thing.
who are the other four?
Myself.
Yeah, Bjorn.
Access to go with Kaga, right?
To distract the kids, I hand over the fidget cube of wonders.
Squidly says, "Oh, you don't gotta distract me. I got the fidget spinner."
When did you get a cube?
Y'all had that for a while.
Yeah.
I've had it for a while. I've just held
I just
on
don't remember
to it.
him having it, is all.
No, there's this fidget spinner and there's the fidget cube.
Whoa, we're in a fucking wind tunnel.
Oh, sorry. I moved the mic looking for my fidget spinner. There we go.
Who wants to come in for chatter and possible combat?
Doesn't Gaddix have to go?
I would have to give the sword someone else.
Gaddix doesn't have to go.
Cargo knows to listen to our voices.
Yeah.
We were very specific that was required.
The
After-
Matrax has the stuff.
After he
So
after he had the issue of, you know, that day when it couldn't recognize friend from foe, we made it very explicit that Cargo can understand all of us.
So Uzana, Lou, Bernard, Nadrax already said that he's staying.
Well,
in
for
the
obvious
stuff.
reasons, we keep him out as well, in case, you know, things go down. Now we have someone who can see the invisible ones.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is fair. Nadrax saying that actually does make sense.
Yeah.
So, Lou, Uzana, Bernard, Gaddix, which two of you are going?
Bernard will go.
That's good. You'll mingle in well.
Dog going, so am I.
Okay, there we go. We have them. As the dog comes in, it does. Oh yeah, I should probably go over to that.
This is just to fuck him over. Doesn't turn off. What a pity.
Nope, I just brought myself out of the GM overlay with that because I am apparently dumb. There we go. Yep. As you go in, you are asked to dim the Dawnblade. Put her out.
I can't put her out. I can make it a bit smaller. That's all you're getting.
You're gonna blind everybody in there.
It's a legendary weapon. It doesn't work like that.
You can't just turn her off, put her in a box.
No, sadly not.
Bring her as dim as you can get her.
I put it down to 15 feet, so same radius here.
Okay.
Just to avoid more, you know, weirdness in the settings.
Yeah.
That's as far
Well,
as
I
she
wasn't gonna-
goes.
I wasn't going to bring it down anyways. Just because, yeah, we know that.
Yep.
But you do get here. The Duergar open the door. And area. You are ushered into a very crowded room with a bunch of Duergar and
Oh,
a bunch.
I don't like what's to the north.
Alright, they're bugs, not spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are bugs, not spiders. But they're used for pack animals. And you are directed down into the room
I usually would love this room.
down here. And you see a Swift Neblin who has been tied up and is not looking like she's having a very good day. And the two Duergar who are there look at you. And one of them just says, I.
We're looking to resolve this in a way that makes any fucking sense. Is it common for disputes here to be solved by fucking wiping out people in the streets?
No. But
One-
this is a bit personal now.
Personal, but fucking ridiculous.
One of them bursts out, it ain't ridiculous, she stole my gem.
And you've absolutely jeopardized the whole status quo of mental deer to do it, so that's gonna fuck your business for a while. Who's gonna want to trade with you seeing that this happens?
Oh, I forgot something here. Never mind. For some strange reason, you know how they give you the information you need halfway through a paragraph? She is tied. But they have also, she is currently suspended from the ceiling.
Oh.
She is been dressed in a robe that is studded with gemstones. And underneath is a jumping Zorn who clearly wants to have a snack.
Fucking cartoonish, that's alright. So,
She is looking terrified, but also incredibly pissed off.
alright, considering we're about to engage a conversation here, can you move that thing a bit to the left?
No. She's gonna tell us where she put it.
Do you have a feeling that maybe she didn't take it? That perhaps this is some sort of strange scheme to make you cause a ruckus?
No.
No, you
As a
didn't.
matter of fact, she's only be telling lies. She ain't even being able to tell the truth anymore. But I know she took it. I brought it to her for her to appraise. We thought we had a good relationship, and then she went and stole me precious gem.
You can only
I
tell
ain't
lies.
gonna let it be leaving. And
Can I-
I'd like to point out, the Swift Neblin attacked first. They tried to come get her back out. We told them to bugger off.
Well, you can see why. Look how that escalated. Can I ask you a few wee questions then, just to see this? Because there's a lot of mental maladies going on in the Underdark right now, so that might be what's afflicting her.
He just snorts. Look, I'll be telling you this. I'm Crimgold. It's my gem. This here is Guldor. He's the one that's what in charge of here.
Lovely story.
It's my gem. I brought it to her. She refused to return the gem. We captured her to bring her here for questioning. She's lying through her little teeth. We can't find her assistant that was there.
And this
Obviously.
assistant.
Hi. And all of a sudden, Yantha blurts out, I don't have an assistant. I work alone.
Is your name Quanfa?
Yeah.
So she can answer that one.
But I work alone.
Now, why do these two gentlemen then believe that you have an assistant?
I don't know. They're lying.
Did you come here alone to value the gem?
Yes. Well, I did come here to value the gem. And that's when they go, no, we went to you, to your stall.
She's looking quite confused.
She looks very determined. No, she's not confused. They called me here and then interrogated me here and said that I stole something. I didn't steal anything. And I don't have an assistant.
I attempt to scrutinize her integrity here as best I can. Don't have a personal history over her, so I'm not going to be able to detect a whole lot, but it's just, are these the panicked ravens? Is she compelled?
She's a horrible liar. Yeah, none of what she said was believable in the slightest.
What about when she...
I have a feeling she's not very good at it.
What about when I even asked her name? Was that at least true?
That was true.
Alright,
So
this is a
apparently
fascinating
whatever
situation.
it is isn't 100% of the time, but yeah, she's clearly not very practiced in telling lies. And this seems a very stupid string of them.
Alright, what'd you do with the gem then? You
I've never seen one.
hand it off to your buddy?
I don't have any buddies.
Are you a friend of the Digger Maddox?
No, never heard of them. I ain't never seen no gem, and I ain't never handed it to my assistant to hide.
There's a very confusing situation here. I get what you're saying now, as he looks at the Duragar.
You see?
I'm getting it, aye.
And I be needing that back. It's too precious.
Well, there's no point killing her about it, otherwise you won't see it back. You familiar with the spell Zone of Truth?
Yes.
Aye. It's alright if I give it a go. I'm a holy man.
He looks very suspicious. Sure.
I'll give it a wee go. Mind you, she's probably just going to relent in speaking, but let's see how we go.
But before you start casting, she blurts out, well, in reality, I think the drow must have done it. They must have charmed me to take the gem.
And now, why is that suddenly coming to your mind?
I don't know.
Sounds like busy work to me.
How much is her eye shifting side to side when she says that?
A lot. The drow must have charmed me to take the gem. I don't steal things. I never steal things. That's not the Swerfneblin way of doing things.
You know, we've had a man in our camp here who's been taking food parcels and all and then claiming he's an honourable man. He's had no memory of the theft.
Well, I just remembered it now.
That's handy. Very convenient. Incidentally, what is the... like, can you tell us the details of the gem? Like, is it a big fuck-off red one or something?
It is a large gem. Where did I put it? There it is. I didn't need 10. A large black jewel.
Sounds ominous.
I think it's about the size of a fist.
Not even the type that a Smurf emblem will go crazy for. They prefer rubies.
Krimgol, mind you, says, look, I need to know how much it's worth. I need to know if I can sell it and use it to buy me honor back.
Again, that's a fascinating story. Right now we're focused on getting it back. Alright?
Aye, yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'll just be cast out from my clan forever. So it's kind of important.
I can understand it's important and all. But I'm just wondering why she's acting like this.
I don't care. I need it. I need it. I will burn this whole place down if I don't get it.
Apparently you're trying that already, aye. And that's not going to be a welcome tactic.
He snorts.
This is unusual. But let's give the spell a go.
I see a slight issue.
Oh no, there are issues with it, yeah, but we're just putting her on the spot.
She doubles down on the I was charmed by the drow. And now she has an assistant all of a sudden, and she must have been charmed by the drow to give it to the assistant, to run it to the drow.
I do know if she succeeded or failed.
Oh yeah, I do have to roll that, don't I?
But I'm also saying the spell does tell me if she succeeds or fails.
She succeeded.
Well,
Actually, she probably would have willingly failed it, actually. So no, she would have willingly failed it.
So you did have an assistant.
Yes, I just temporarily forgot about him. But maybe he was a drow plant.
Also
maybe
a Smurf
he was
emblem?
shapeshifted drow. Yes.
Are you in some sort of trouble with the drow?
No. But I mean, now I am, because they must have charmed me to take the gem.
I just found it a little bit interesting that you were subtly very insistent that you're being charmed and such. So I was wondering if you're trying to cover up being blackmailed for some reason.
No, why would I be blackmailed? That is absolutely
I don't know. I'm
preposterous.
asking the questions here.
Well, let's go with this. Did you take the gem? As honestly as you can.
She's struggling over it, where there's a yes and no, and then she finally says, no, yes.
Did you come to their place to value it, or did they come to the stall?
They... stall.
It sounded like your memories are a wee bit jumbled here.
Well, find Flink.
I was about
If
to...
anybody has it, Flink has it.
I was about to go on about your assistant there. Can you give us a wee brief description?
I mean, and she gives a rough description of what seemed to be a bog standard male Svirfneblin.
No identifying features whatsoever. Not even a wee quirk of something.
There's not really a lot of quirks, but just, short, no hair.
How long do you think you've known him?
Oh, I've only known him a day or two, maybe.
A day or two. There we go.
You see, the other one, not Crimgol, says, now that's a fib. He's been working there the whole time.
She wouldn't be able to say if it was a fib. As if she chose to willingly fail.
She did willingly fail, but there is an important line of that zone of truth.
Yeah, no, she can be... I don't know, that's kind of a fact there if she's known him for a while.
I just highlighted the important bit.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So, he's worked with you for a few years?
Yes.
But you've only known him a day?
And she stops and the gears are churning. Yes.
Do you see how those two don't match up?
No.
Poor girl sounds fucking addled. Alright, can I have
I don't care if she's addled.
Can I have a go with a lesser restoration on her? Just to see if what she's got I can shift.
Go ahead.
I will get that fucking chompy fucker away from me for a bit.
They do pull the Zoran away, barely.
Let's give it a go.
unfortunately, you don't think that's enough. And it's weird.
Oh,
you
actually,
can
hang
see
on.
it.
Hang on. Let's see. I could, yeah, I'll give the spell a go as well. Without having my fucking zone of truth dispelled on it.
You do see, at least with the lesser restoration, it looks like it tried to do something and it did not. You saw that like flicker, but it went right back away.
Seeing a bit of that. There's something on her.
Only for the lesser restoration.
Aye. Did the dispel do anything?
No.
Can I keep a spell slot?
Yes. I'll be nice.
Just because, having to burn all these, just... fuck, I don't have a remove curse attached to me right now.
If you had to guess, a greater restoration would be what's required here.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. Bit of a bugger, since I don't get that for a while. And it's very expensive. There's definitely something added in her, which is making it a problem for getting the answers. But we've got at least a link. Well, we've got a lead here with this flink. Now, we would like to get your gem back, and to have everything just be business as normal. That's the ideal outcome here. So, considering we can peacefully talk to the Smurf Emblem, we'd like to see if we can track down this assistant who probably has the gem. But I'd like her to not be in constant peril while that's going on.
I'll leave her up here. But we won't be lowering her no more. You give me the gem, we take off the robes, and she can walk out.
That's the idea, aye. And no random attacks and violence through the place.
We'll wait here until you get back, or we find proof that you ain't coming back.
We'll keep you updated. I've got a wee spell send and lets me send a message back and forth. So if we find something vital or important, or if we got your gem, I'll give you a message, alright?
Right.
That'll save all this hubbub. Alright, let's get on the case then, shall we?
Let's get to it. Looks like next up, Drow Camp. Better not be a fucking Centaurus, boys, I swear.
Probably is. Wouldn't put it past them. Could be the Drow, though. They are incredibly shifty.
So, you all are currently down here. The Drow Enclave, you are told, is up this way. And you do, in fact, move up and you find that, much like the other ones, the Drow brain.
Well, I mean, first of all, we were going to go to the
Drow-
Smurf Emblem and just ask them, what do they know about Flink?
Oh, sorry. You go to the Smurf Emblem to talk about Flink.
Yeah.
And they say, yeah, Flink has been Yantha's assistant for several years now, both in and out of Blingdenstone.
Well, here's the thing, though. When compelled to tell the truth, she said she only knew him a day, but had worked with him for years.
What?
So I've got a horrible thought on what it could be, and some ideas of what else it could be as well. Could be a doppelganger. But there's definitely something added in her as well, so it could be, I don't know, some sort of curse or a greater bit from all this abyssal stuff floating about. She's not in her right mind entirely, is what I'm saying. At the moment, she's roughly safe. But that hinges on getting the gem back, so who's the last one to see Flink?
Well, it would have been Yantha. We haven't seen him since all this has gone down.
You have a room or anything about here?
Oh, yeah, but it's currently empty.
Well, that's not right. Shouldn't he have like a personal effect or two?
Well, no, I mean, his stuff's there, but he's not.
Can we take a look at his stuff, perhaps? See if he has left any clues where he might be.
Sure, but yeah, all right.
Well, it's our only lead right now. As I'm saying, the first thought is possibly replaced.
Give me an investigation as you are actually brought up via the crystal lifts into the room. And you do realize it is a shared room. There are other people watching you. Nadrax, you see standard Swiftneblin bits and bobs. Nothing here really screams like this person's clearly not a fighter. And they just have standard things that you'd expect.
No sort of journal or notebook or anything?
No.
Wait, look over there on his desk. Underneath that massive black gem. His diary!
No. Nice try.
As we just toss the gem aside to look at the book.
Okay, when was the last time he was actually here?
Well, he and Yantha left together.
Hey, we're asking for a date, man.
Oh, that was today.
Fucking today, right.
Okay.
Well, she was able to talk about the drow, so I think that's our next stop. That'll go wonderfully.
Talrex sighs.
What? It'll be fun. You get to play diplomat.
I don't want to play diplomat, but I will.
You'll get
I
the
know better,
You'll get to show Lou how it's done.
I guess.
I think I've done a great job today, minus being mean to Peebles.
You know what? You're grounded. Next time we get to a nice city, you don't get to go out.
Brian, stop me.
Alright, I'll succeed.
Don't forget, I'm
Lou.
wearing Saloon's boots. I can't possibly fail at anything.
What? Talrex is pinching the bridge of his nose.
You're that Saloon, you stupid cunt.
At this point, I just lift Lou aloft by his collar.
Careful with the necklace, we don't have to break that.
I give him a slight jingle.
Of gold falls out.
Your donation to the Church of Valkyr has been noted.
If anyone will forgive me, it's probably him.
Considering the dry gods? Aye.
Yeah.
Oh, gods. Martin, can you put him down?
On the ground, not.
I do
his
so.
grave.
I give him his coin back.
Oh, I'm rich.
Careful when you mouth off, especially with people you know who you'll be spending many nights with.
Yes, I figured I could get away with it with Peebles, but I won't actually if there's anyone who's gonna kill
You
me.
shouldn't be doing it in the first place. That's what I'm going over.
It was me. I'm sorry, Peebles.
There we go. Simple. It's a simple
Apology accepted.
It's a simple motto in life. Don't be a dick. Unnecessarily.
Unless I can get away with it. Which
No. No. My statement was the full version of that.
Peebles just speaks up and says, it's all right. Y'all are going into the Drow Enclave, and I wanted to check that out anyways.
So, all objective?
See, I came to Mant-oh to look for something, and I know that the Duergar don't have it. I know the Swiftneblin don't have it. So now I just need to make sure that the Drow and the Zentarum don't have it.
Doesn't happen to be a big black gem, does it?
No.
Incidentally, what are you looking for? You allowed to share?
It's embarrassing.
Alright. Quietly then.
I just like observing and notating certain creatures. And I heard one's here. So I would just like to marvel at it.
All right. No, I can understand that.
Yes.
So I suppose
Lou
let's
is
go
a
off.
marvelous specimen.
Oh, and not drow. They're boring.
Hey.
Could be worse. There could be giants in their operas.
I have just the song for while we walk over to the Drow Enclave.
Your next line, choose carefully.
You guys remember that opera we went to see?
You have chosen poorly.
Go on, you gonna try it?
As y'all are hiking over.
I can't imagine it sounds better on a harmonica.
Don't think you have the lung capacity for that.
Do we want to wait until the introduction of the?
We've got 9 minutes left.
Yeah. Well, there is a couple bits that would be short enough to fill the 20 minutes.
No, we got 9 minutes.
9, yeah. There's enough for just the 9 minutes if you want. Or we can cut it here.
We can at least set the scene, sure.
As you all bicker over the opera, you do cross over and you see that, yes, the drow side of the market has been completely cleared out, but it has not been ransacked. It's clearly been, packed up and taken in. The only thing you notice is there is a huddled gnomish figure over there. And there is a horribly disfigured looking drow, not the one that you saw before.
Yeah, not one we've horribly disfigured, or the one we knew previously.
Yes. A different horribly disfigured drow, who looks like the entire left side of his body has been melted away almost. He's sitting under what seems to be a stunted Zerkwood mushroom that's used as some sort of pavilion. And he's looking curious at you as you all kind of wander over the bridge. So there's that drow and that Swerfneblin.
Yes.
And no other drow in the supposed
Nobody
drow
else.
camp.
You do, however, see the door to probably their warehouse up there.
We probably would have just tossed the 2 Duragar back to their own kind. Instead of dragging them around everywhere.
Yeah.
So, are you doing the drow or the Swerfneblin?
Well, we'll check with the Smurveblum. He's on the wrong side of a canal right now.
At the second he becomes aware that you are looking at him, he looks very meek. Oh. Hi.
Hi there.
Hello there. What
Well-
you doing here?
I'm sitting.
Hiding from the Duragar.
Yeah.
Your name wouldn't happen to be Flink, would it?
He flinches.
Aye, there we go. Get him.
I didn't do anything. Tell Yantha I'm sorry.
Yanfa's,
I didn't do anything.
Yanfa's in a fucking horrendous situation right now. You might be to blame.
He looks absolutely horrified. What's wrong?
A gem was stolen from the Duragar. Yanfa's the
He's about to
culprit.
be devoured by a monster.
Aye.
Do you happen to have it?
Well, not a monster, it's an elemental. Let's be perfectly clear about this here. It's not actually a
The
monstrous
second
creature.
you say about to be devoured, he bursts into sobs.
Aw.
But we've currently allayed that issue. They just want the return of the gem.
He calms down enough to frightfully ask, is she afraid of, is she mad at me?
She's pissed in general. But she's also confused with you.
Look, just tell us what happened, and we'll go from there.
There's, she stole the gem.
Okay.
She, I don't know why, but she didn't want to give it back, so she gave it to me.
Okay.
Well, first she told the Durgar it was worthless and offered him a lump of gold, and they were arguing. And then she'd passed it to me, so I went to take it over here. Because I knew that she would want me to take it to the Drow Enclave to buy an eyelash encased in gum Arabic, which is used for invisibility spells. I know that's what you want me to do, so I went to go do it really quickly. But before I could get over here, one of the Drow gargoyles snatched it from me. And I'm
Okay.
afraid that she's going to absolutely beat me black and blue over it.
That seems a strange trade. And a very specific scheme.
Well, obviously it's what she wanted from me. And I've been here trying to figure out which gargoyle has it, but the gargoyle that took it isn't here.
Obviously it's what, so nothing was said aloud. Is this something you've planned for a while?
No, but I just know her. I've been working with her for years.
That's the strange thing as well. When I was questioning her, she was compelled to tell the truth, and she said she's been working with you for years, but only known you for a day.
He just starts sobbing again.
Helpful. Offer him a tissue.
I guess she just wasn't as into you, mate.
He is just sobbing. Blowing his nose on your hanky, Harton.
There we go, that's what that's for. Listen, did anything
The gargoyle took it.
was there any sort of strange mood that overtook you whenever you got a hold of that gem?
No, I just knew that I had to. I knew it's what she wanted, so I went to go do it.
Why would that be what she wanted?
Well, obviously she'd want to turn invisible and then walk away from the Dorgar.
It's also strange she'd steal it right in front of him, basically.
Well, I don't know. I don't know why she would do it, but that's what she did.
Look, it's a personal question all, but is this something you lot have gotten up to before?
No, she's never done something like this before ever, actually. It's all very out of character.
That's what I'm curious about. And she's having some issues of answering questions or whatnot. It seems she's a wee bit addled. It's a case of we've come across things before that whenever you get a hold of them, they like to compel things about you.
Yeah. Galore, does that sound like a cousin of yours?
Uzana, do you pass the question?
Sure.
No. My people
Nope.
could definitely compel, but we would not be giving lasting madness effects. Unless we utterly broke her mind, which is possible, but I don't think likely.
No, don't believe so.
Skips all the useful details. Well, that's
But do you
encouraging.
really want to repeat it?
No. I can just imagine Uzanova would just note it down and go, oh, no. Keeping away the fact that he could break minds if he so wished.
I mean, he is an aboleth.
Yeah.
Although the party still
Well,
don't really
Lithids are
know what that
scared of them.
implies.
Yeah. The Lithids are terrified of them.
Like, we're just
It's a big fish.
we're just happily living with one, feeding all the intel to the Aboleth Ultra memory.
Yes. And if they impose that memory upon you, your mind would utterly shatter because you simply could not fathom it.
I'll give it a go, though. I could cast in Leg Fortress beforehand, that'd be fine.
No, you won't.
All I have to do is just focus on the current events. Narrow it down to potato futures.
I think it would still be quite a bit to drive you insane if you knew everything that was happening at this very instant.
I feel like I'd be bored more than anything. You know, it's a bit of an overflow of information. Like that front page of a newspaper, that can get a bit much at times.
Hmm.
Kind of miss the wazoo.
Can you drive an Aboleth crazy by just talking about potatoes to him for hours, days?
It probably knows everything you're trying to tell it.
Yes, but repeating it endlessly.
Tell your friend that we could just tune them out.
They could just tune you out. Though I figure if you kept at it, they would just eventually what was it? Turn you into liquid goo?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, that was it.
Can imagine the worst conversation possible between an Aboleth and an Elder Rain.
Do aboleths know all the recipes for all the foods?
That's a lot of ego. You know, that's actually a good question.
He responds, "We know all of the recipes of all the foods that we have come in contact with."
They know all the recipes of all the food they have come in contact with.
It's a great power.
We just need to hope that he's a bit culinary interested at times. Anyway, back to Flink here. You doing all right there? Yeah, you got a little bit on the nose.
Sorry, we were talking to a god.
What?
No, I talk to a god. We're talking to a godlike creature. It's different.
Indeed.
But shall we get back to that next time?
Yes.
Because I've hit the 3-hour mark and he's calm enough.
Yes.
You know, we probably could have got a lot more answers from Galore if we just asked him.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you think Demogorgon is unleashed here in the Underdark? Do you know why the demons keep coming out?
You could ask him, yeah.
Yeah.